Thought we were about to bust out in a musical here.
I don't mind. We can do a musical. Tell me more. Tell me more. Shit. Jesus.
Bust out Grease over here.
All right.
Just trying to pull up your chat.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
You see it?
Yeah, it's a little scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing that lately. All right, we are live, guys, and Chris Redmond won the chat.
He is the leader. Yeah. Baltimore boy, what's going on? MH is in here too, sweet.
What's up, guys?
Jared, Blizzard Peak. Gritty City, King PJ's in here.
Panthers roll. Gavin, what's up, guys?
Tropical Mayhem Origins in the chat for Trop. Leo. And MH says, stand up.
Stand up, football fans. What is going on, guys? Thank you for having me back.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, man. We're going to be doing this every week until the NFL season starts.
Yeah. As long as you keep wearing that shirt, you're always on.
Oh, you're looking pretty damn good right now, Chris.
I thought it looked great. I matched the hat, the shirt. It looks good.
Yeah. Also, you guys, welcome the Entertainah Talking Sports right here. Chris, how's everything been going, man? How the Giants doing?
How the Giants? I had 2-0 in the preseason. Now it's the preseason, and your Bears, we beat you, but we know we were going up against the second and third teams against our starters. So I take that with a grain of salt. The Jets we beat, but again, it's preseason. I'm not going to get too carried away. But the one positive you take from it, Daniel Jones looks great, regardless of the teams he's going up against. Some of the throws he's made have been terrific. And then, and it's a young team. So even to get wins in the preseason, I think it builds a little bit of confidence. This week, we're going to get a good test. Not that they're playing the Bengals, who is arguably the worst team in football. But if they can go out there and manhandle them, I'll have a little confidence going into the year.
Yeah, if you're not able to go out there and manhandle the Bengals, I don't know.
Then there's something wrong in that scenario right there.
But no, Daniel Jones, man, he really has been looking impressive. I do got to give you guys that, man.
Throws.
He's been looking pretty good, even though he threw that pick to us for 62 yards.
And he had that fumble.
That's true. That's true. Overall, man, Daniel Jones. I feel like, are you guys a fucking geniuses taking Daniel Jones in the first round, which I was first pick? Probably, maybe. He looks pretty good.
Let's wait a little bit.
It's way too early. I don't want to jinx anything.
But you know what? It reminds me so much of Trubisky in the Chicago Bears situation. I fucking was just so irate when we took him, when we traded up. But once I saw him in the preseason, I was like, what? I think this guy could be really damn good. But he's still improving.
But y'all traded up. They didn't have to trade up.
They didn't have to trade up.
They didn't have to give up some picks.
No, but they could have took him.
I like Trubisky, though. I do like Trubisky. And we said this last week. We talked about this exact topic, and they do have a lot of similarities. That the fan base is both erupted when they were both selected. They're both kind of mobile quarterbacks. I like Trubisky. I think he's going to be good for you guys this year.
Okay. We got our first donation.
Oh, Hellord247, $2. It says, hashtag Team Sean for picking my Saints versus the Bears. He says, die, Chris.
Wow, that's pretty fucking harsh.
That's pretty dark right there.
Well, let me stick up for Chris there, Hell Lord. Sean, he was like, kissing that ass, Hell Lord. I'm not going to kiss no one's ass. It's going to be a damn good game.
Facts.
But we will beat
the New Orleans Saints. Facts.
We will beat them.
I am going to. That game's in Chicago.
Yes, it is.
I'm taking the Bears in that game. I'm sorry, Hell Lord. I know you hate me. I'm taking the Bears in that game.
Let's go, Chris.
And I watched your guys. And I watched your guys' videos. That was late in the season as well, right?
Yeah.
That's later in the season. That game.
It was after our bye week. I'm sorry. It's after our bye week.
Yeah.
Yeah, after our bye week.
Yeah, an early bye week.
Oh, so it's early. So it's only week 7. Okay, so it's not that cold yet. I'm still taking the Bears at home. I think that the same recipe to beat the Saints. The Cowboys showed it last year. If you have that strong defense, and which the Bears do, the fact that they're at home, the Saints aren't the same team outdoors as they are in the dome. I think the Bears are matched up well in that game. I think they'll win that game.
Exactly right. Exactly right. We're going to have that great, amazing pass rush. Drew Brees maybe throws an interception or two. And Trubisky against that defense, I can't wait to see what he can do, man. This is going to be a big year for Trubisky. Matt Nagy, he's already said that, he's going to open things up for Trubisky. The playbook is fully open. Yeah. It wasn't so much last year. They were still some growing pains there. So big year going into year 3 for Trubisky.
Yeah. Oh, I got to tweet this out.
We got another $1.99 donation from Jazzy TV. He says, no way in hell they manhandle us. He's a Bengals fan, Chris. He says, Mixon, stuff arm. Chris?
Hey, Jazzy TV. I just think if I'm going to be confident going into the year, and there's no disrespect towards your Bengals, you guys are going through a lot of, turnover. You got a new coach. You got a young team. I just think this is the type of team that we should, if we are going to have a competitive team this year, we should handle in the third preseason game. I think it's a good test for the Giants to see where we really stand.
And you know what?
Not disrespect.
Right, yeah. And you know what, Jazzy TV? We love you, bro. We love you. And shout out to Jazzy TV. I mean, he is a diehard Bengals fan. He has a lot of optimism for his team this year.
Yep.
But I have to agree with Chris. Chris, and I think they will. I do think they will. What's up, Jose Tejada? He's back, Sean. He says it's been a long summer, but he is back. What's going on, dude?
What's up, buddy?
And we got a $24.99 donation from Hot Take Sports.
What's up, man?
Gotta show love to my bro. What's up, Hot Take?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Thank you so much for that donation, man.
Seriously, thank you,
Appreciate that.
Oh, and we got another $2 from Thomas Ferris. I know it's not much, but enjoy. Thank you, but either
Thomas,
way, man, any donation
Thank
is
you.
awesome.
And I know you're a Titans fan. The
Yeah.
Titans video is coming out later this week.
Yes.
And I think you're going to be very happy about it. Hellord247 with the $2 donation says, can't wait for Dallas to destroy the Giants twice.
Damn right.
Chris? Sweep!
Whoa. Well, that's going to bring us to our first topic probably, which is Ezekiel Elliott.
That's right.
I made a video on this today, and who knows? It could have been taken out of context. We were talking about that before we went live. But Zeke continues to hold out. And I'll say this. If Zeke holds out for that first game, I'd probably still take the Dallas Cowboys, but I think it'd be a much closer game. And I'd give the Giants a solid chance to win that game if Zeke is not playing that game. Of course, the quote that came out today via Twitter was that Zeke felt disrespected by Jerry Jones with the quote that Jerry Jones said after the game when he said Zeke who, in reference to when they were asking him about Pollard, I guess, about how they were able to run the ball effectively against the Rams in their last preseason game, bringing up more, I guess, potential friction between the Cowboys and Zeke with this holdout that they got going on over there. So that was probably the biggest story in football today.
Absolutely it is. And that is the first topic. And Chris, Sean and I, we watched the video for further context of it. And when Sean was playing the video, I'm watching it, and the first thing out of my head was, oh, Jerry Jones is just fucking around.
Yeah.
This is taken way out of context, in my opinion.
It looks like he's more taking a jab at the reporter for asking him about Zeke. Like, why are you always asking me about Zeke? Because that's probably the first question that's always asked to him. Every fucking interview is something about Zeke. Something about Zeke's contract. Because that's what it was. Something about Zeke's contract extension.
And I've seen this before from other athletes. When the same question is repeatedly asked, they'll play it off like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
who? What?
And that's what I got from Jerry Jones. Why? Maybe Zeke, maybe he didn't see the video. Because I don't know how you don't take it as that way, that he's just messing around. Yeah. But Zeke, he's, like you said, he's pissed off, man. He feels disrespected about it.
You know what? What might come good out of this?
Jesus Christ.
I know, this Skype is acting funky. What I love about this is actually one main thing for me. Is that there's been a lot of talks that the Cowboys, Zeke has not talked to the Cowboys. It's just been mainly the agent and, the Cowboys been exchanging, offers, right? But no talk from Zeke. Zeke's been real quiet on his front, right? He's let his agent. He's taken a step back. Hopefully this gets Zeke to talk to them, right? Because I feel like that's what they need. Just Zeke, come talk to the Cowboys and let's get it done rather than keeping quiet and staying in your corner.
And he just flew from Mexico to back to Dallas.
He finished his training over there in Cabo, and he's looking damn good. Yeah. He's apparently lighter than he was his rookie year, and
also
he's here.
Also, I heard on the news radio this morning that that incident that happened in Las Vegas, there will be no charges filed against him.
Yeah, did you hear what happened? Actually, the more story came out. His agent apparently they've released some more details. And this is why the NFL didn't suspend him. By the way, is that this apparently remember there was no charges brought up, where the guy never brought up anything for the longest time for like a good month or so. It's because that guy was trying to extort him and blackmail him. He was like, "Hey, I want to sign a jersey from Dak Prescott, from you. I want tickets to some Cowboy games." He was telling him, "I want all this stuff and pay like cash." And then they were like, "Whoa!" Like apparently his dad was telling the Zeke's lawyer that, and Zeke's lawyer was like, "You realize this is blackmail, right?" And then that's when they came out with the, "Oh, I want to press charges" shit.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So that's probably what Zeke probably showed the NFL, and the NFL was like, "All right, we're gonna not press charges," because apparently at the scene when everything happened, Zeke talked to the police officers, and he talked to that guy that he kind of fell over, and they were all cool. And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm not hurt. Will you take a picture of me?" And Zeke's like, "Sure." So he actually took a picture with the guy, and they shook hands and all that shit. So this guy's just a piece of shit. So I just want to throw that out there.
Based on Zeke's history, you knew that the fact that he didn't get suspended at all, you knew that it had to be completely bogus because he's got a history of suspensions with the NFL.
So probably,
and any little thing he would have been suspended.
So probably what happened is in the moment the guy was probably like, "Oh, it's not a big deal," but then he went home and his dad or his family was like, "What are you doing? You sue him for money." And then that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's what happened. Yep. 100%.
Oh,
but we'll see. I think in the end, I think Zeke will play, and I think they'll settle the contract. And I'm hoping they do. As a Giants fan, to be honest, I want you guys to spend the money on him. I want you guys to spend the money on Dallas.
But hey, you know what?
Hey,
if he does get suspended, I'll tell you, man, Pollard is looking like a beast right now.
Yeah, Pollard is looking good.
Yes.
Last preseason game, he averaged 8 yards a carry, man. This guy. His biggest question was running between the tackles, but, man, he broke off that run and broke a couple arm tackles in the middle, and he looked good against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We do have a $5 donation real quick. John Dunham says, "What is up, boys? Hashtag some weird stuff." Chris, maybe you know it. I don't know. He said, "Can't wait to see Eagles beat the Bears at home and see them not beat the Cowboys because that's not possible." That's what he said.
John Dunham.
Oh, God.
John Dunham, the Chicago Bears are coming to the lake, and we're coming out with the victory, baby. We're going to go back to Chicago, and we're going to party all night long at Club Dub. But thank you so much for the donation.
I'll be a big Bears fan that day. I cannot stand you. Fan that day.
Oh, yeah, I think we all are. All the rest of the NFC East will be.
Yeah.
We got a $2 donation from Noam. Says, "I'm back. Can't wait for football season." We're so glad you're back, Noam. I know you went out to Europe for a long vacation. We hope you had a great time, and hopefully you could tell us about it sometime.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully it was awesome.
Shout out to everybody who's in the chat right now. Make sure you guys smack that like button. And guys, thank you guys so much. Appreciate the Entertainah Talking Sports for being in here. Mr. Bad Dog's in here. He says, "Thank your lucky stars. Daniel Jones isn't starting week 1. We trashed Dallas."
That's funny. You better be thankful y'all aren't starting Daniel Jones because our defense would crush all that confidence he's been building in the preseason. He would get murdered.
Listen. All Giants fans, and I get it. Everybody's excited. The rookie quarterback, Daniel Jones, has looked great. All Giants fans seem to be so excited about this kid. Everybody's forgetting about Eli. Eli's had a great preseason, and I think Eli's going to have a good year. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to impress this year. I really do. And I'm excited to see Eli. It seems like everybody's forgetting about the guy that's been the quarterback for the last 15
true,
years.
man.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
That's got a fire under his butt. And he had a great drive against the Bears, 4 for 4, 42 yards and a touchdown. And I think Eli is going to play well this year. I really do. I think he's going to
have a renaissance of a season possibly, man.
Yeah.
And you know what game I can't wait for? Giants versus Patriots.
That's
going to be a classic. Brady, Eli, great storyline Thursday night.
Eli always brings it against them. So we'll see.
We got a $2 donation from Hello247 says, "How long before y'all do the Saints schedule?"
We already recorded it. We just haven't released it yet.
And it will be out. It'll be out eventually.
So probably sometime this week.
Be patient, Lord. Be patient.
It's coming.
I'll get into why my Bears gonna whoop that ass.
Thank you so much, Lord. We appreciate that. Oh, $2 from Rick Freeberg.
Says, I off till Thursday. Any more subscriber leagues to watch? Our next subscriber leagues will be on Thursday.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah.
2 more.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into the participating in those subscriber leagues. We did 10 subscriber leagues this year. Mm-hmm. We've already got done with all of them except for 2, which is left on Tuesday. And we still have the Content Creators League, where Chris is now in the Content Creators League, as well as Mr. Bad Dog 7676.
Yep.
We will be live for that draft, and we're gonna have these guys Skype in, so that way they can talk shit along with us for that draft.
And I know I saw Pigskin Pete in here. He's also in the league, so shout out to Pigskin Pete. You're going down, baby.
Pigskin Pete, UCF Jaguar, Philly 500, Mr. Bad Dog, She Got Sports. Mm-hmm. We got
Adrian
Fedke of the Bitterbirds.
Luca,
who's a champion.
Did you say Luca?
Yes, he's
okay,
a champion.
I can't remember if he did or not.
So we got 3 giant YouTubers in this league.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I told Josh I want to beat as many as possible.
And 5 NFC East guys. 5 NFC East guys.
The NFC East is like taking over YouTube, I swear.
Well, 6 including
6.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, Sean's an NFC East guy. 6.
Yeah,
NFC
that's right.
East,
Holy
right?
shit, that's true.
you. All right, so Arturo says AB does it again, and yeah, that's gonna be our next topic.
our next topic.
Antonio Brown,
Yeah.
this motherfucker. We were talking about him last week. We
Yeah.
were talking about him during the Hard Knocks Training Camp episode 2 review. So here's what's going on now. Antonio Brown, he is dead set on this brand.
Yep.
Shoot, I think that's how you pronounce it. Air Advantage is the model
Yep.
of the helmet that he's wanting to wear. The one that he originally wore is outdated.
Yeah,
He can't wear that.
over 10 years. Yeah,
But there's still a 2014 and 2010 model that he does prefer.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get that helmet to wear for the upcoming season. Now, if he does get to wear the 2010 version of that helmet, next year we could be possibly talking about this situation all over again.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown is being such a fucking diva ever since becoming an Oakland Raider. He's even
is
pissing
ridiculous.
off Mike Mayock.
and Mike Mayock made that comment. We need to know if he's all in or all out.
Antonio Brown, are you all in or are you all out? Because
Yes.
like he said, he's got a whole bunch of guys at training camp who are busting their ass
Yep.
to turn this team
Right.
around. And you are bitching about a fucking helmet? Are you kidding me? Chris, what are your thoughts?
And that's not to mention, and yeah, he's been a complete distraction this whole offseason. And it's weird because he didn't used to be like this, a couple of years ago. And all of a sudden he's this diva.
Yep.
And the helmet aside, what about the foot thing? He couldn't go on the field for a couple of weeks because he went and he burnt the bottom of his feet or whatever it
Yep.
was. When I think he was on vacation or something like that. And yeah, he couldn't even make his cuts on the field because of that. And this guy's a trained professional. He's been in the league for what, 8-9 years? Shouldn't be going through this nonsense. He's been a huge distraction for the Raiders, a team that is really trying to rebound this year. They brought in a ton of guys from the outside, whether it be Tyrell Williams. They had a ton of first-round draft picks, Antonio Brown, of course. And they're really trying to revamp that team. Don't forget, that team was what, like 12-4, 11-5, 2-3 years ago?
Right.
So they're trying to get back to that. And Carr's trying to have a bounce-back season under Gruden year 2. And I think they're capable. I'm not going to pick them to do it because I still think their defense is not that good. But not a good start to their offseason with the way Antonio Brown's handling it.
This guy
Definitely not.
just mind fucks me. I mean, Mr. Bad Dog, I think he just mentioned something about he's a bigger diva than OBJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about OBJ being a diva? This guy's taking it to a whole nother level, and who knows what the hell it's gonna be next?
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, I mean, Jesus Christ, get your head out of your fucking ass.
Yeah.
I talked about this during the season 2. Episode 2 of Hard Knocks Training Camp. Like, look, NFL is doing this because they're looking out for player safety. Tom Brady, he was preferring an older helmet as well.
Yep.
But the rules are the rules, and he's going to go with it. Antonio Brown, the NFL, this is the one where they got it right.
Yep.
They're looking out for your safety. I know you don't give a fuck about your own safety because your dumbass can't take the most simple precautions in going into that fucking chamber where you got frostbite on your goddamn feet. So unlike yourself,
Yeah.
who doesn't know how to take care of himself, the NFL is looking out for you. You idiot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is just pointless. Like, at least Odell, it's pointless. Like, I thought Odell got a little bit too much heat for some of his emotions on the field because I see that from other players.
Yeah.
And
On the field, I agree. He did some stuff off the field I didn't like also, but on the field, I agree with you. Some of it was overblown with Odell.
yeah,
Right.
so it's just hopefully he gets his shit together and stops with this. I don't know. Maybe he's using an excuse not to practice. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
UCF Jaguar
But
says
he needs to
Antonio
stop.
Brown thinks his feet are grosser than mine. Ugh, your feet are fucked up.
Yeah, his feet are
Bad Dog's feet are fucked up. And by the way, congratulations to Bad Dog.
Yeah.
He just hit 10K today.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations,
To my
buddy.
cannoli brother, Mr. Bad Dog. 10K, congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Much
Bad Dog.
deserved, man. Much
Yeah,
deserved.
much love, buddy. Now we do have $5 donation from Hell Lord. Says, sorry I couldn't join one. I have way too many offline fantasy football drafts coming up. No worries, Hell Lord. No worries. Hopefully we'll see you in one of them one of these years.
Mm-hmm. So, Antonio
How
Brown,
many leagues are you guys doing?
what's that?
How many leagues you guys doing? How many leagues you guys in?
I'm in a total of 13 leagues this year.
Uh,
And you know what, Chris? I'm going to win all 13 of them.
That's what he says every
No,
year.
you're not.
It
I'm in
doesn't
one of them. I'm in one of them, so you're not winning 13.
happen.
How many leagues are you in?
I'm gonna do one or two for my channel. I promised my subscribers I would. I'm in yours. I'm in one with my friends. And yeah, I'll probably do one or two others. But I do the daily also. You guys do the daily fantasy?
Absolutely,
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah.
love daily fantasy football. I do DraftKings. Do you do DraftKings or FanDuel?
I do. I like the PPR format. I also like that they don't use the kicker, right? In DraftKings.
In DraftKings
yeah.
they do. FanDuel, I don't know
No,
about.
DraftKings does not use a kicker.
They don't?
No.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
FanDuel does, but we can't use
That's
FanDuel
right.
here in Texas. FanDuel's
It's illegal.
Illegal.
I like the non-kicker. I'm actually in a fantasy league where they don't use a kicker. I prefer that because kicker's all luck.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked the kicker element of fantasy football.
Baka 2.0 says, when is the Content Creators League? That will be this coming up Sunday, and we're going to be live about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a lot of fun watching us kick their ass.
Bad Dog's in the chat. He's in there. He's going to be in the Content Creators League, and you're going to see him get his ass whooped in the draft.
Yep.
You're going to see Chris get his ass whooped in the draft. You're going to see Sean. I always kick his ass. I've been kicking his ass in fantasy football for over 10 years.
Okay.
And Philly 500 as well. I mean, remember all the shit that we gave Philly last year?
Oh yeah, it's not gonna stop here. It's not gonna stop.
I think we missed a donation here.
Hold on a second.
No, you got it.
Hold on a second. We just got a tweet from Ian Rappaport. It says Antonio Brown has filed another grievance against the NFL, arguing that he should be afforded the same right provided to other NFL players that have a 1-year grace period to phase out his helmet in 2019 season. He claims the NFL is arbitrarily applying rules.
Oh my God!
I thought he already got that 1-year grace period, because that's true. Apparently, they were giving players a grace period, a 1-year grace period.
Yes.
They gave that to Tom Brady, if I recall correctly. Now, did they did not give him a grace period?
They gave everybody a grace period. Everybody was informed.
He's saying that they didn't.
Bullshit. Everybody was informed about if the helmet was about to go out of use.
Then what? Why is he arguing that he didn't get the same right?
Is he talking about the 2010 model or
No, he's talking
the
about
original
his current model. I'm guessing.
No, that's bullshit.
Because phase out his helmet. He doesn't
No,
have a
because
current helmet
they
yet.
informed everybody. Even Tom Brady said so. We got $2 donation from Hell Lord. Says Sean will win the Content Creators League.
He knows the facts.
Sean hasn't even been in contention not one time in the Content Creators League.
Yeah, so
not
because
once.
of some bullshit.
He's not
Not
gonna
once.
win. He's not gonna win. I'm gonna win.
Oh, I'm winning
Guaranteed.
everything. Dude, I just can't believe
Antonio
this
Brown,
shit,
bullshit, Antonio Brown. You weren't given a 1-year grace period like everybody else. You were given the same grace period. You are a fucking idiot, and we all know that. Just look at your goddamn feet.
Dude, I'm officially so done talking about Antonio Brown. This is so fucking stupid.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that this offseason, the biggest storyline would be about the helmet Antonio Brown uses? It's ridiculous.
Jesus
Why-
Christ.
Why are we still talking about this?
It's just pointless, man. I'm done. I seriously don't want to fucking talk about Antonio Brown and his goddamn helmet anymore. This is the most stupidest roundabout shit I've ever seen in my life.
Cut that bitch.
Yeah.
Cut that? No, they can't cut him. Maybe they could trade him.
Yeah. They traded what, a third and a fifth for him? I don't think they're gonna cut him.
Cut him with a knife, with a shank, like prison style. Damn, Josh. Damn, Josh is getting those times in the, when you're in prison coming out, Josh. I thought we got past those days. UCF Jaguars in the chat. Oh god, what's up, UCF? How's it going, buddy? Pigskin Pieces, just give him a leather helmet and push him out there. Yeah, let's see how he feels about that. Let's see if they get a grace period for that one. No, I don't even know, man. This is stupid.
UCF says, get you a girl that cares about you like Antonio Brown cares about his helmet.
That's true, man. That is actually very accurate, man. We got.
Oh, that's love.
That's great relationship advice from UCF Jaguar. That should be a segment, UCF.
Yeah.
You should make videos on that. Yeah, dude. See, this is why a big reason why I stayed away from Antonio Brown in a lot of fantasy leagues. I didn't draft him so far in 8 of the leagues. All 8, I've not drafted him once. I've stayed away from him. I don't like these antics, man. Plus, I don't like Derek Carr, but I just don't like the antics, man. Just don't.
Yeah, I don't like that whole situation over there in Oakland. I know everybody's jumping on it because they brought in big names. I still don't like that team at all.
Yeah.
I think they're a 5 or 6, 7-win team tops.
Yeah. I'm not big. Yeah, I'm not big on them either.
So you said
I don't see it at all.
you haven't drafted Antonio Brown, right?
Yeah.
I haven't either. But have you drafted Zeke?
No, I haven't had the opportunity.
Okay.
Because I'm not taking, because I've either had the first overall or the 8th pick. Swear, like I've always had like a top pick or a late pick, and for some reason Zeke's not falling later than 6th pick.
Okay.
And I'm not taking him in the top 4.
What about you, Chris? I want to know, would you draft Antonio Brown or Ezekiel Elliott?
Depends on where. I'm not taking Zeke in the. Is it a PPR league as well? That matters a little bit, but
No.
I'm not taking Zeke in the first 5 or 6 picks. I maybe pick 6 or 7. I'll entertain it because you could always go and get Pollard or whatever. And I think any running back behind that offensive line is going to be a top 15 fantasy running back.
Okay.
Because they're going to try to focus on the run so much.
Yeah.
Now, outside of Saquon Barkley, who was the most fantasy relevant player from the New York Giants?
Okay. I think Sterling Shepard will put up the second most fantasy points, but I think Evan Ingram is more fantasy relevant because he plays tight end, which is a thinner position.
Okay.
So I would say Evan Ingram is the second best fantasy player on the
I would
Giants.
absolutely agree with that.
Okay.
I think Evan Ingram is going to have a breakout season this year. I think he will definitely be a top 5 tight end, maybe even possibly a top 3 tight end. I think he's going to get that much volume.
I just want him to be more consistent with his catching. That's all I'm saying about Evan Ingram.
And you know what, man?
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of mock drafts
Yeah.
this summer, right? About 165 of them.
Swear to God.
But
That's not an exaggeration. I'm swearing.
and in all these leagues, these mock drafts,
Yeah.
I'm just gushing over Evan Ingram, and I've been targeting him, drafting him in the 6th round. Sometimes he falls to me in the 7th round.
Yep.
And now that we're drafting for real in all these leagues, they've been listening, and these guys have been sniping him for me in the 5th round because they know I'm about to take his ass. I'm going to get great value from him. So I haven't really been able to draft Evan Ingram.
I don't think I've seen you but once, maybe.
Yeah, because these guys have been sniping.
Well,
that's the downside of doing these mock drafts
have-
live.
sucks for you.
If you look at you got a super chat. Get to that first.
No, go ahead. I'll read it after this because I think it's going to change the subject.
I was gonna say if you look at Evan Ingram's stats historically with Odell Beckham out of the lineup, he's a different tight end. Last year, the last 4 games that Beckham missed, he was targeted half of his targets for the entire season in those 4 games, and he had like 350 yards in the 4 games. Like he was a different tight end. And his rookie year, when Beckham was out, he was monstrous too as well for the games that Beckham missed. So I think Ingram this year, if he plays all 16 games, 1,000 yards. I think he's getting a big year.
Now, Mr. Bad Dog says no. It's going to be Kittle, Ertz, and Kelsey's your top 3. Kittle and Kelsey, I agree with.
Yeah.
But here's why Ertz might fall out of that top 3, Mr. Bad Dog 7676.
Talking about his backup?
Because of Dallas Goedert. He's going to have more of a role, and
think he will.
now there's more weapons there. You bring in Deshaun Jackson for the Philadelphia Eagles. You still have Alshon Jeffrey. You got Aguilar. And I think Goddard will have more of an impact in the offense this year. So that's why I think it's possible that Zach Ertz can fall out of that top 3, and maybe Evan Ingram or an O.J. Howard could get into that top 3.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe. Now, real quick, we do have a $5 donation from Hell Lord. Again, thank you so much. He says, may I suggest a subject?
Okay.
Jimmy G. He's constantly throwing interceptions in practice.
Well, he threw 5 of them in one practice.
Yes, he did. And then he threw an interception on his second pass in tonight's game.
Which is happening right now.
Right now. So,
all right, so Chris,
let's talk about
the
Jimmy
Entertainah
G.
Talking Sports. What are your thoughts on Jimmy G going into 2019? Not
Jimmy
looking too great right now.
Jimmy Garoppolo seems to be everybody's darling. Before last year, because he had 5 great starts with the Patriots, right? He looked phenomenal. But what I would say to that is a lot of people look phenomenal under Bill Belichick. Now he has great mechanics. He's got a good arm. That's what everybody says. All the experts say his mechanics are great and everything else. But at the end of the day, he's only played 5 NFL starts. I never got the contract, to be honest with you. They signed him to a mega deal, and everybody seems to be riding the San Francisco 49ers this offseason. Everybody seems to be discounting the Rams. Everybody seems to be discounting everybody in that way, the Seahawks. And I get it. They've definitely improved that defense, obviously, and Garoppolo is back, right? They brought in D Ford, they drafted Bosa, and they got Garoppolo back. But you're asking a team that won like 3 or 4 games last year to win 11 or 12 to win that division, because I think the Rams are at worst a 10-win team. I don't see it. I think the Niners go 7-9 or 8-8. I think the Rams win that division pretty easily. That's what I think. And I don't believe in Garoppolo yet. He's got to show me a lot more before I believe in him as a upper echelon quarterback. 5 starts does not do it for me.
All right, so you are pretty much in the same boat as Sean.
Yes. Yeah, that's one thing me and Chris can agree on, is that I have to see more from Jimmy G. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we've seen plenty of quarterbacks coming out of college or in the NFL that have great mechanics, but when you get on the field, it's a different story. You have to have more than just mechanics and the arm and all the above, the stature. You have to have more. And I haven't seen enough to say that he has it just yet. Does he have the tools? Yes. But it doesn't matter. I'm not a handyman. I don't go out and build things. I can have all the tools in the world, but I don't know how to use them. It doesn't mean shit.
But he has shown that he can be damn good.
How many games has he played? Has he started a full season?
No, he has
Exactly.
not. He got hurt. How are you going to hold that against him?
I'm not holding it against him. I'm
He's
not
got-
saying he's terrible.
Jimmy G had...
Josh. Let me say something. You said he's shown could be damn good. You know who else showed he could be damn good on the Patriots? Matt Castle. He went 11-5. He got a big contract with the Minnesota Vikings.
No, it's not true. No, it's not the same situation. Jimmy G's the same kind of quarterback as Matt Castle.
Everybody thought he was.
No, that's what your eyes tell you, that Jimmy G
No,
and Matt
I'm not
Castle
saying- I'm
are
saying
the
he's
same
coming
fucking
in-
quarterback?
It's the same kind of situation. I'm not saying the same type of quarterback.
No, yeah, okay, same situation. A backup to Tom Brady.
Yes.
Everyone thinks he's going to be... Okay.
He came out.
All right.
He played a full
but
season, though.
Matt Castle is not nowhere near as talented as Jimmy G is.
But he came in and showed a whole season that he could do all this great stuff.
Under Bill Belichick.
Exactly. Jimmy G.
It's like what Garoppolo did.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo did that too under
Yeah.
Bill Belichick.
But Jimmy G, I think he can be good outside of Bill Belichick. He's got that talent. And in San Francisco, he's got one of the most talented offensive lines. He's got a genius in Shanahan. He's got weapons. I mean, he's got a running game, and they got like 20 fucking running backs over there.
Yeah.
What's not to love about the San Francisco 49ers offense this year? And Jimmy G.
But it doesn't matter if we don't have a sample yet. We only have like this little of a sample.
You know what this reminds me of, Chris? It reminds me of when Aaron Rodgers first came out. I'm a Chicago Bears fan.
Yeah.
I want to fucking hate the Packers. But as soon as I saw Aaron Rodgers, I said, this guy is special. And this is exactly what how you're talking about with
But
Jimmy G.
I'm telling you,
I
never
guys,
have
Jimmy
said,
G is going to be fucking good
But
this
this
year.
is the thing you gotta understand. I'm not saying Jimmy G's gonna be trash. I've never said that once.
I know, you haven't.
I said I have to see more before I say he's gonna carry that team to a division win.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Let me see it.
Yes.
First. You can project so much. Let me see it first.
Fair enough. You'll have to see it first. I already seen it. I've seen the future. I've been to the mountaintop, and I'm telling you, this 49ers team can win the division, and I'm going to say with a bold statement that they will win the division.
How?
No disrespect to the Los Angeles Rams.
Seahawks. How?
You see who the Rams are playing this year?
But the
They
Rams,
got a tougher schedule.
they have a tougher schedule, but didn't stop them last
Everybody
year.
is hating. I don't get it. Everybody is hating on the Rams.
I'm not hating on the
Everybody.
Rams.
Everybody I talk to seems to think this team's going to win 8, 9, maybe 10 games if they're lucky. I don't get it. I get it. Maybe the people are scared with the Super Bowl hangover. That team has a ton of talent. And they have one of the best coaches in football. I think the Rams are going to win that division by at least 2 games.
I agree.
By at
I think
least
the
2
Steelers-
games?
I agree. I think 49ers are going to be
think
battling for the second spot.
I mean, look at how they start off the season.
Yeah.
They're playing Carolina.
When?
In Carolina, if
Win.
Cam Newton is not 100%, sure, that could be
Cam
a win.
Newton's not even playing the whole preseason.
But the
He's gonna be
Panthers are pretty
rusty.
damn good this year. And then they're playing the Saints, and then they're playing the Cleveland Browns. That's a tough starting schedule right there.
But the Browns will
and then,
still have to
you
see.
got, and then you got Tampa week 4,
Still
and then
young.
week 5,
Yeah.
you got Seattle on a short week in Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
And then week 6, this is where we really see it. Rams versus 49ers, week 6. After that, Atlanta versus Rams. They have a brutal fucking schedule. They also
do.
play my Chicago Bears and your Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I know.
I think the
I know.
49ers are talented enough on both sides of the ball to take advantage and possibly win this division.
Well-
And I'm not that I'm no disrespect to the Rams. I'm not hating on the Rams. They still have what everyone says is the best team in the NFC West. Sure. But I'm saying that 49ers team, they could very well take that big next step like the Chicago Bears did and fucking win that division.
But if you believe that, can you go tell Jimmy G to stop throwing interceptions?
I don't give a fuck if he's throwing interceptions in training camp or in a
He
fucking
threw it in the
preseason
game.
or in a preseason. It's fucking training camp preseason.
But it's-
once it gets to the real deal, he's got all his guys out there on the fucking field for a real game, and when it really matters, that's when I'll be worried.
What scares me is that these defenses aren't even game planning for you, and you're throwing interceptions. I'm seeing Dak go perfect in the preseason. Y'all trash Dak, but he went 5 for 5.
Dak is trash, and we all know
Fuck out
that.
of here. Jimmy G threw 1 for 6 and 1 interception, and apparently through 1 interception, he had another one dropped. So he should have had 2 interceptions.
I'm just saying, you guys are absolutely sleeping on the 49ers.
I'm not sleeping on them. They're 8-8. They have a 4-game improvement in my book. They're an 8-8 team.
And we do have a $2 donation from Laura. It says 10,000% agree with Sean.
Oh, because Sean goes, he's right on that asshole. Of course
about?
you're gonna agree. Of course you're gonna agree
How
with him,
am I right on
Hellor.
that asshole?
Of course.
How? Because I'm speaking facts here?
Because you kiss ass his name.
I'm talking shit about Jimmy G. It's
So
not his
now
quarterback.
he's gonna back you
You're
up
acting like
right
that's
here.
his division
He's gonna
rival.
back you up right here now. He's
Uh-huh.
got your back. Okay, cool. He's got your back.
Uh-huh.
But we'll see when this regular season starts. And Hell Lord, you're gonna owe me an apology when it's all said and
He ain't
done.
gonna apologize for shit.
I have seen. I'm a believer. I've seen the future.
I'm gonna tell you my team right now. You're not gonna like it. Green Bay Packers are gonna win the NFC
Oh.
North. Green Bay Packers are gonna win the NFC North.
It's possible. I don't know about I don't see them over the Vikings, but as long as you have Aaron Rodgers, you got to always consider them a contender.
The Green Bay Packers winning the NFC North. Explain this to me.
You heard it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Aaron Rodgers, he's coming in motivated. He threw 25 touchdowns, 2 picks last year, and he got ripped apart by the media like he had the worst season he's ever had. He's got McCarthy out of there, who he had friction with. They added 3 very strong players to their defense. And I like what they did in the draft. I think the Packers are gonna come in and they're gonna be the best team in that division.
Okay, sure.
I strongly believe
Sure. They had a good draft. They got in some pieces. And you know what, Zach Weiss, I kind of low-key agree with Chris. Well, here's something that's fucking not low-key. These same things that you're saying, and then I agree with. They did. I like the coaching changes they made. I like the draft picks that they made. I like the offseason moves they made. But how many years now have we been saying this about the Green Bay Packers? Are you aware they've missed the fucking playoffs 2 years in a row? 7-9 2 years ago. They were shit last year. What makes you think now they're going to just absolutely turn everything around, especially when the Chicago Bears are definitely a more better and more talented and more well-coached team than the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings? What about the moves that they made during the offseason? They've completely beefed up that offensive line. That offensive line,
I got the Bears finishing.
the offensive line was shit last year.
the Vikings.
They completely regressed.
I
They
respect
beefed
the
it up on
Vikings.
the interior. They got rid of John DeFilippo, DeFilippo, who was absolutely fucking trash. He was one of the worst play callers last year. Horrible scheme, horrible adjustments. They fired his ass. They bring in Gary Kubiak. He's the assistant head coach. He's the offensive advisor. I think they're going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, he's going to finally show what
healthy.
he knows, what we know what he can be capable of. I think the Vikings are the second best team in the division.
Yep.
And if
I
I was
agree with
say,
that.
if I was going to say if any team could beat the Chicago Bears in that division and win it, it would be the Vikings.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh,
I agree with that.
I agree with you. That's why I have the Bears finishing 3rd. I have the Vikings
Oh,
finishing 2nd.
fuck! You got the Bears finishing 3rd?
I got the Bears 3rd in the North. I think the Vikings are a better football team. I think they were a better football team last year, and they underachieved. I think they have more talent than the Bears. I think the Bears overachieved.
Wait,
last year.
okay. Where do the Vikings have more talent than the Chicago Bears outside of the wide receiving core? Tell me.
You just broke up there. I didn't hear what you said.
Where do the Minnesota Vikings have more talent than the Chicago Bears outside of that wide receiving core?
Well, in terms of weapons, they're more talented. Their weapons are much more talented than the Chicago
Offensively
Bears.
amongst the wide receivers. And that is about it. Defensively, no chance. In the second...
We'll call Cousins and Trubisky about a wash. I think that's fair.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to give a slight edge to the offense overall to the Vikings. I think their offensive line is a little weaker, but overall I would give the Vikings a slight edge on the offense. And on defense, I'd give the Bears a slight edge. The Vikings have a great defense. I would give the Bears a slight edge on the defense.
Yeah, the Vikings still had a
but
top 5
I think
defense last year.
Yes, they did. But you know who had a better defense? Still the Chicago Bears. And they still... Harrison Smith, great safety, right? Eddie Jackson, better. Xavier Woods, last year, for the Minnesota Vikings, he had a regress year for the Vikings. He's got to step it up. Kyle Fuller, Prince of Nakamura, last year, fantastic. And they take advantage of the fact that they have such great safeties. And Matt Nagy, better. The Chicago Bears are way better coached as well. I just don't see it. Outside of the wide receiving core, I just don't see how the Vikings are better in anywhere and in any position than the Chicago Bears. I just don't see it.
I personally think the Bears overachieved last year. That's my honest belief. I think they take a step back this year. I really do.
Okay, so when you say take a step back,
I still think they're a good football team.
When you say take a step back, are you saying it's because of the schedule or it's because of talent? Because when people say take a step back, I think it's because...
Okay. Here's my thought process. They're obviously playing a better schedule this year. They're playing a first-place schedule. They went 12-4. They didn't have a draft pick until the third round. They lost half their secondary to free agency. So... I think, and they didn't add any big free agents. So I don't look at it like they improved their team. They kind of kept it mostly intact. They didn't add any big impact players other than the running back, which some people seem to love in the draft. I think that the Vikings and the Packers improved their teams dramatically in the offseason.
What?
More so the Packers.
The fuck?
And I think I think the Packers are going to win that division. I stand by that.
So
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP.
So the Bears.
I think he's going to have a big year.
So the Bears didn't gain much, right? That's what you're saying. They didn't gain much. They pretty much stay the same. Well, fuck, Chris. Last year they were number 1 in takeaways, 36 total takeaways, number 1 fucking defense overall. I mean, why wouldn't you want to keep shit the same?
I'm just saying, I don't think every team in their division got better, including the Lions. The Lions
did get better. I'll agree with that.
The young players got better. The Bears, in my opinion, did not improve their team. They kept it intact, and they lost Amos. They lost a couple of pieces on that defense, and they didn't really add anybody because they didn't have a draft pick in the first 3 rounds or whatever.
But we nailed that third round pick.
And they didn't add any big-time free agents. So I look at it like everybody in their division improved dramatically. The Packers improved the most, in my opinion.
You know what? Sometimes the best kind of moves, Chris, is the moves that you don't make. The Chicago Bears were fucking. We have 10 of the 11 starters of that stout defense. They're gonna be. They're gonna be more cohesive going into 2019. Remember, Raquan Smith and Khalil Mack. They showed up right before week 1 started. They didn't have a full training camp at all. They went in with a limited snap count. Raquan Smith is gonna be better. That D line is gonna be better. Bilal Nichols is now gonna be a starter. Bilal Nichols on one end. You got Akeem Hicks on the other. Eddie Goldman. I mean, Bilal Nichols and Eddie Goldman are fucking amazing. And people are sleeping on those two guys. Eddie Goldman is becoming one of the best nose tackles in the NFL. Bilal Nichols in year 2, everyone's going to take notice. You'll see it when we play your Giants in the 2019 season. But sometimes,
how'd that all-world defense do against Saquon Barkley last
Hey,
year?
look, man, Saquon Barkley, what can you do against a guy like that? He looks like he's going to be one of the greatest running backs of all time. You guys got Saquon Barkley. Look, there's not much you can do with that guy. He's just that damn good. But everything else.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. And I'm not poking fun at all. Does the double doink have any lasting effect going into this season? Losing that dramatically in the playoffs. Do they have a hangover from that?
No.
Is that
absolutely not? I think they're more motivated. More motivated. This is a young team that went into the playoffs, and people were giving me shit. They were like, Josh, why didn't you just lose to the Vikings and just play the Vikings in the playoffs? Why did you want to have the Philadelphia Eagles? Because I wanted the defending champions. They whooped our ass the year before. I want to take that monkey off our back. I want to prove something with this team. I want to sweep the Vikings. I wanted the Eagles in the playoffs, and they're still damn good. I respect the hell out of the Eagles. And that double doink, we got rid of that fucking guy, Corey Parkey. We cut the fuck out of him. Eddie Pinheiro, he is now the kicker for the Chicago Bears going into 2019. We waived Elliott Fry, and it was a great battle between those two. I don't think that is going to have a Super Bowl hangover, or not Super Bowl hangover, but playoff hangover over the Chicago Bears. This is a young team. They are hungry. They can't wait to get started here in week 1 when they play the Green Bay Packers. And they're going to show everybody exactly the team that you say is going to win the NFC North. They're going to kick that ass come Thursday night.
Where's that game being played?
That's playing in Chicago.
Oh, you guys will win that one. You won't
Thank
win in Lambeau
you!
Field. You won't win in Lambeau Field. You won't win in Lambeau Field. But the NFC North this year is going to be electric.
It's the best division of football.
The AFC South and the NFC North are phenomenal. Every division in the North. The Lions, if they were in other divisions, could win divisions. They are that talented of a football
You're
team.
right. Yeah. I'll agree with you on that because the Detroit Lions, we did their season predictions videos and everything like that, and I said it every time the Lions are brought up whenever we do these other teams and they're playing the Lions. I absolutely love the Matt Patricia era so far. They made amazing moves during the offseason, and that's a team that is going to surprise some people going into 2019. I don't think we're going to sweep the Lions this year like we did last year. They're too good. Kerryon Johnson and Kenny Galladay, they're breaking out this year. They have a solid offensive line. The defense is pretty damn good, and it's underrated. I love the moves that they made, the draft picks that they made. TJ Hawkinson, he could be a nightmare for our linebackers this year and going forward. I love them Lions, what they did.
TJ Hawkinson this year is a sleeper pick, and he's probably not going to win it, but a sleeper pick for Rookie of the Year. The way that team uses the tight end position, it's possible.
Good.
I think he could have a huge year from the tight end spot for the Lions. And I agree with you. The Lions' front part of that defense is phenomenal. They're being slept on by a lot of people, but unfortunately they play in that division. If they played in maybe 2 or 3 other divisions in football, I think they'd have a chance to win it. That's how good that team is. It's just that they're in a really bad situation. But the NFC North this year, and it's not a disrespect to the Bears to say they're going to finish third. I think the Packers and Vikings are great football teams. I think all three of those teams are very good, and I think it's going to be a very close race. And it's going to be a great division. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Now, since y'all are done, y'all's passionate yelling and debating. Goodness gracious.
The only way
we got some donations to read here.
The only way that would have been better if Chris was sitting right fucking here, and I can't wait.
So you can elbow him in the face?
I can't fucking wait.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll be down there soon enough, and we'll have these debates live.
Yes.
I'll
be so much better. Now, we got a $5 donation. I'm going to catch up. We got a few donations here. So $5 from Hellord. It says, Josh, why are you completely ignoring the fact that Jimmy G looked bad in the 3 games he played last year?
Jimmy G looked completely fucking bad last year. I mean, Hellord, how is it lost upon you that Jimmy G, I mean, once he became a 49er, dude, they're in a complete rebuild mode. And before they could even get anything going, I mean, he gets fucking hurt. How are you going to ignore the fact when he first got there, the games that he won for the 49ers. Remember what was the record that we had for the 49ers going into that year before they traded Jimmy G? Didn't we only have him winning like 1 or 2 games or something like that? But then Jimmy G gets in there and he wins in, 5 straight games?
I think so, yeah, something like that.
So why are you ignoring that, Hellord? Huh?
Now, we
don't know.
We got another $1.99 from Eric Martinez. Says Jimmy G is better than Dak by a long shot. He hasn't proven it yet. Not yet. Possibly.
I'll say this: Jimmy G has more talent than Dak, but he hasn't. You don't have the results.
Jimmy G has talent, like regarding throwing the ball wise, yeah, but playmaking wise, I'll still take Dak. Playmaking.
Yeah, I mean, you could say a lot of quarterbacks have more talent than Dak, but it doesn't mean that it translates on the football field. I mean, you could argue Josh Allen of the Bills might have more talent because he's got a huge arm. He's mobile, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Garoppolo. He doesn't have enough of a track record for me to put him above that.
At the end of the day, I'll take a winner over anything else. Tom Brady didn't have the arm or anything like that. He's not athletic, but he's winner, and I'll take a winner all day, all day. Now,
but thank you guys so much for the donations.
Thank
you everybody for tuning in right now. Make sure you guys smack that like button. And as Sean is going to read some more donations here, I just want to take a minute to thank the Entertainah Talking Sports for joining us here tonight, taking some time from him. Appreciate you, man. I can't wait for you to be down here so we can do these live in person. If you guys are not subscribed to the Entertainah Talking Sports, please go do so. The link is in the description box down below.
Do it now. And now,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, buddy, of course. Asian Freshness with a $4.99 donation. He said, hi, guys. How you doing? We're doing good, man.
Doing very good. How you doing, Chris?
Good to see you.
I'm doing good, man. I'm talking football with Josh and Sean. We're getting into heated arguments, and there's nothing better than that.
And then L.A. Lou with $2 donation says, Packers win the North. Garoppolo gets exposed.
Oh,
I think that's a little shot at you.
Shout out to L.A. Lou.
Yeah.
L.A. Lou, the Packers win the North. I mean, listen. Maybe if the Chicago Bears get plagued with injuries, that could possibly happen. But look, man, the Packers, they've missed the playoffs, like I said, 2 years straight.
Yep.
They're still figuring things out over there. And you know what? Aaron Rodgers isn't getting any younger.
No.
And, we keep saying, they're going to get better. But I like the moves that they're making. I like the draft picks. I like the offseason moves. 2 years straight, and it's produced nada.
But their defense should be a lot better than it has been.
It should be, but we've been saying that for 2 seasons in a row.
That's true. We got to see
and
it.
And like to your point, and Chris.
Yeah.
I gotta see it. When it comes to Jimmy G, I gotta see it.
That's why I have the Packers third in the division.
Gotta see it.
I have them third.
But I've seen Aaron Rodgers.
No, Aaron Rodgers, yes.
Oh yeah.
But the defense and the other moves they've been making.
He's not playing defense.
And Jimmy Graham, he fucking sucks.
I'm telling you right now, mark my words. Aaron Rodgers is going to light up the league this year. Aaron Rodgers,
as long as he's healthy,
he very well could.
Yeah,
he very well could. Last year, he was our MVP candidate. He's
gonna have an MVP season. He's gonna have an MVP season.
We thought that was the case last year. Me and Josh both picked Aaron Rodgers to be MVP last year. We did,
and that's what I've been saying for 2 years in a row.
He got banged up,
been getting burned by our Packers predictions on what they should be, but aren't.
Yeah,
and until they are, I'm gonna say the Chicago Bears or the Vikings.
We'll see. Now we also have another $2 from Noam, and again, Noam, glad you're back, buddy. He says, "Is it possible the Jets take the AFC East soon?" Yeah,
you know what? I think you might be surprised from the season predictions that we're coming out with with the AFC East. I could see the New York Jets taking that division at some point.
Could be in the next year.
Not this year.
I'm not sure about this year, but it could be the next year. So I think y'all still have a little bit more work to do on that offensive line. But besides that, everything else is great.
So what do you see from the Jets, Chris? Do you like what they're doing?
I like the. Yeah, listen, I'm a Giants fan, but I don't hate the Jets. I've always rooted for the Jets. I have a lot of family and friends that are Jet fans, and I think the Jets are headed in the right direction. Sam Darnold, to me, Bad Dog and I don't agree on this. Bad Dog hates Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, to me, is going to be a top 10 quarterback in this league. I like Sam Darnold a lot. I like some of the things they did. Now, Le'Veon Bell is a great running back. I don't think they did enough to address that offensive line to bring it out to its full potential. Like Sean kind of said, they need to improve the offensive line even more so going forward. I love the Jamison Crowder ad. Their defense is strong. I like their defense, especially in the future. They got a good young defense. Quinnen Williams was my favorite player in this year's draft. He's going to be phenomenal. Of course, you've got they got a very good secondary over there, a young secondary. The Jets are headed in the right. They're headed in the right direction. I think they're an 8-win team this year, but I'll say 2 more years after this year they could win that division. I still got to give Bill Belichick at least 2 more years. He's the greatest coach who's ever done it, and as long as Belichick's still coaching there, it's going to be tough because he could coach a high school team.
Exactly right.
Probably.
He's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I'm a believer of Sam Darnold. I think he can be really good, and I like the moves they've been making with the players and the roster and everything.
Oh yeah.
But here's my question: How do you feel about the coaching staff? Because I think that's probably the most questionable thing about the New York Giants.
Yeah, I was big.
Adam Gase. Not a lot of New York Jets fans were too excited about that hire. Dow Loggins as offensive coordinator. I mean, we had him in Chicago. He was trash.
Josh did not like
he was
that.
also in Miami. And the defensive coordinator, Greg Williams from Cleveland. Do you think this coaching staff can get it together to go with the roster that they have on hand?
The MO on Adam Gase is he's supposed to be like a quarterback whisperer. He's a quarterback guru. He's supposed to have that reputation. Now, of course, he didn't work with the best quarterbacks in Miami. He had Ryan Tannehill, who, I think that's like Daniel Jones' basement. I think that's the worst Jones will be. Tannehill wasn't even a quarterback, I think, until college. He was a wide receiver that converted to quarterback. But Gase is supposed to be a guy that gets the most out of his quarterbacks, and I think that's why the Jets hired him. It makes sense if that's the case, if he can do that, having that you have Sam Darnold. And I think the Jets need to do exactly what the Giants did with Eli Manning, and I don't think they did enough of it this offseason. I think next offseason they have to do it even more so. The Giants, Eli Manning's second year, they already had a strong offensive line. They then brought in a supreme talented Plaxico Burress from the throw the ball to. They had Tiki Barber in the backfield. They got that now with Le'Veon Bell. I think they need a premium wide receiver, and I think they need to improve that offensive line a little more, and they're going to set Sam Darnold up to really take over.
Chris, I absolutely agree with you right there.
Yep.
L.A. Lou says, Josh, sorry you were affected by my Rams drafting away Daryl Henderson. He's C.J. Anderson with breakaway speed and no gut. Hey, look, man, that was a great draft pick by you guys. A great handcuff to Todd Gurley, even for fantasy purposes right there, in case that arthritis kicks up again. But listen, man. Hey, look, man. I ain't losing no sleep because we drafted David Montgomery, so I'm good.
I want to throw this out there to L.A. Lou real quick. Daryl Henderson actually has not looked that great in the preseason. He has not been. He has. I think he's less than 3 yards a carry. A lot of people are getting a little concerned why he hasn't been performing at the level they thought he was going to perform. So I just want to. I just read that. I drafted him in I think a league or so, but I just read that up on that. I just want to throw that out there. We do have another $5 donation from Hellord. He says, "What a pointless debate, because at the end of the day, the Who Dat Nation will reign supreme." He says, 9 is GOAT, AK-41, and can't guard Mike.
Hey.
Yeah, we talked about that last show, and I'm picking the Saints this year to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. Yeah. Now, they may disappoint me. The Saints, to me, have been the best team in football the last 2 years. They've just run into horrible luck. The miracle with the Vikings, the horrible non-call in the playoff game, the NFC title game. So they've run into some really bad luck. I think the Saints, on paper, are as good as anybody. They have a great team on both sides of the ball. They've got Drew Brees, a great quarterback, and Kamara, great weapon. The Saints, I think, if the Saints can get home field advantage, they're going to be damn tough to beat. But the thing you got to worry about with them in terms of getting home field advantage, you look at the Bears' schedule, you look at the NFC North. They play a weaker schedule, I believe, than the South does. So, and the South got better because the Falcons now got stronger. They're not going to be a pushover. The Panthers, I think, are going to be better than they were the year before. I don't think they're going to have as many pushovers in that division that they did last year. So I don't know if the Saints are going to be able to get that number 1 seed, which is very important, especially for them, because they are a different team on the road than they are in the dome.
Right. Yeah. Bigger Mike says the Saints on paper aren't great. I don't know what you're talking about, Bigger Mike. I'm right there with Chris. The Saints can very well be the best team in the NFL and go to the Super Bowl and win the entire thing. They are absolutely capable. What are you not seeing on paper that makes them great?
Like, dude, Cam Jordan, one of the most under-talked about defensive players, had a monster year last year. Dude, I'm loving, and obviously they got Marshawn Lattimore, right? Great corner, great young corner. I'm liking everything I'm seeing from the Saints. I believe that they are the number 1 team in all my predictions. Spoiler alert. I think they're the number 1 team in the NFL. Third year's a charm, like Chris said. Last 2 years, they probably should have been in the Super Bowl. This year, I think they probably get it.
Right. And Chris Senor, shout out to him. He says Saints could beat the Pats. Who says the Pats are going to go to the Super Bowl, Senor? Who says the Pats are going to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah. They usually go, so it's a good thing to assume that. But I think a lot of people, myself included, up until a couple weeks ago, and then I thought about it. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Chiefs. I think people are discounting the Chiefs, and the Chiefs, I think, can easily make the Super Bowl this year. I think they could easily bounce back to what they were. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them. Look out for the Chiefs this year.
Hey, go check out our season predictions for the Kansas City Chiefs, because couldn't agree with Chris more.
Yeah.
Oh, you got $2 donation from Hellord. Says I don't care what Chris says because his AK-41 hit. I don't think you hate AK-41. No way.
No, he's just not as good as Saquon Barkley. He's in the second tier. Well, third tier. Let's go over this again. Third tier, because Barkley's in the first tier by himself.
Get the fuck out of here.
I agree with that.
He's not in there by himself.
I agree with Chris.
Zeke is in the first tier
Saquon
right
Barkley
there.
is just something else, man. He is
Saquon,
something
Zeke, and if
else.
Gurley doesn't have that injury, doesn't hamper him, it's those 3 guys in tier 1.
We got a $5 donation from LA Luke. Thank you so much, LA and Hellord. Appreciate you guys. For running behind second and third string line, Daryl Henderson has done pretty good, and I'm running out of money until payday.
No, of course, no. I understand he's running behind a second and third string, but he's also playing more, not top string guys. So I'm just saying what I've seen reports out of LA. This is not. I'm just telling you what they've reported and what coaches are concerned about, that they want to see him produce more.
AZ and Freshest with a $1.99 donation. It doesn't matter because the Chargers are going to win the Super Bowl. Asian, listen, man.
Possibly,
we got our Chargers season prediction video coming out. Check that out when it does.
Yeah.
But no Melvin Gordon going into the season. No disrespect to Eckler or Justin Jackson. Yeah. But they're not Melvin Gordon, right, Chris? And as well, Derwin James. out for a good portion of the season.
Yeah, probably till November. 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months.
I tell you, I love Chris Lenoir. He's one of my favorite subscribers, and I told him this year I'm going to be pulling for the Chargers.
Yep.
Because they've had bad luck throughout their team's existence, and I said that my AFC team I'll pull for the Chargers this year. I don't see it. I think that the Chiefs are going to win that division, and I think the Chargers will get a wild card. But I think the Chiefs are going to win that division, and I think that they might get the #1 seed in the AFC. I think a lot of people sleeping on the Chiefs this year. They were an overtime away from going to the Super Bowl, and they didn't really hurt their team at all in the offseason. I think the Chiefs are going to be great this year.
They were literally one drive away, man. One fucking drive. They didn't get the ball in this overtime. Bullshit.
You look at Patrick Mahomes, his first real year, he wins an MVP. Throws 50 touchdowns. Dude's ridiculous.
He's only going to get better.
The defense is going to be better.
Should be.
That's the key thing.
Yeah, let's hope they can maintain those turnovers too.
Thank you guys so much for the donations. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Crazy Mofo for being in here.
Yeah.
T-Web. Shout out to the Mod Squad. All you guys. Great. Bobby Woodruff's in here. Yeah. Chris and Yor. Thank you guys so much for being in here. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys smack that like button. And if you're not, go please subscribe to the Entertainah Talking Sports.
Yeah.
Now, here's somebody I want to... Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, I'm not the best guy at math, but we've got 152 people in here. We've got 102 likes. There's something doesn't add up here. Let's get those likes.
Hey, like Spike.
Let's get those likes up.
Spike that like.
Like Spike.
Do you think they don't like us?
Chris, you should do your like fucking auction that you do. That shit's so fucking... I love that shit.
105 likes. Can I get 110, 111, 111? Can we get 115, 115, 120 to the woman with the blue dress? Can we get 125, 125 going once, going twice? Sold to the woman with double D breasts. She looks good. 125 likes.
I love that shit. That's fucking brilliant.
That's brilliant.
Oh, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that stupid show that I love to watch, Storage Wars.
Oh, I've never watched Storage Wars.
It's such a dumb show, but I love watching it.
Never watched it.
But anyway, I want to get y'all's thoughts on the Washington Redskins, and especially Dwayne Haskins. What do you guys see from Haskins thus far up until this point? In the last game against the Cincinnati Bengals, he went 7 for 14, 114 yards, and a touchdown. You guys are NFC East guys.
Yes.
You go ahead and go. Chris, start it off. I'll be right back.
Here's what I'm going to say about Dwayne Haskins. I didn't get to see a ton of his second game. I know he played better in the second game. The first game I saw... everything. And the media ragged on him. He threw 2 picks, no doubt about it. But what I'm going to say about Dwayne Haskins, I think of all the rookie quarterbacks, he's been asked to do the most. Yeah. They've made him, especially in that first game from what I saw, he was making second, third read throws. They were making him make much more challenging throws than Daniel Jones made. And obviously I love what Daniel Jones did. I'm not saying, but my point is I still think Haskins could be a very good quarterback. I like Haskins. I liked Haskins before the draft. I still like him. I think that they put him in a more challenging situation than some of the other quarterbacks. Kyler Murray was a lot of 6-yard throws in his first start, quick read throws. Same thing with Daniel Jones. Haskins was making more
downfield,
challenging down the field throws, and some of his throws look great. It's just that the 2 interceptions that he threw looked awful.
Yeah.
So, but I still like Haskins. He could have a long year this year though, because I don't think he's ready yet. I just don't. I don't think he's ready.
See, with Haskins, I think I still kind of stand behind. I think he's going to be the best quarterback coming out of this draft, this past draft. Like a lot of people look at him and like, oh, he's a 1-year wonder. Like he really only had 1 year, right, starting, but he's been pretty solid. I liked everything I saw about him. Right, everybody kind of rags on him, but yeah, he made those 2 picks. But when I watched the second game, he threw this long touchdown, Chris, and with pressure in his face, he's being wrapped up, and he threw a perfect over-the-shoulder pass, and it just looked so beautiful, and that's what this guy can do. And it's going to take, in the first preseason game, come on, there's got to be jitters, right? There's got to be jitters, and he played like a whole half, right? So,
yeah, I saw that throw. I didn't see all the throws. I saw that one, and that's what Haskins brings to the table. He has an arm.
Yeah.
And I also think he's a very intelligent quarterback. From what I've seen, when he studies film, he breaks down the defense very good. Now I don't think he's ready though because of the system he played in. He didn't really have any pressure in college with Ohio State. A lot of screen passes,
of course,
a lot of quick read throws. So he's going to have to learn. And but I think he has the tools to be a very good quarterback.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. I think it's just tools, mindset. It looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders regarding not staying out of trouble too. Like we've seen plenty of people get in trouble. I like it, and he says everything I've seen him, everything from what I've seen from him, like talking wise, he says all the right things to me. So I'm excited about him, and I hated it when he went to the Redskins. I was like, son of a bitch. I thought y'all were going to take him first. And then I was glad y'all didn't take him. And then,
I really thought they were going to take Haskins. Man.
Yeah, and then Redskins took him, and I was like, son of a biscuit eater. I was pissed.
So who's going to have a better career in 5 years, Sean? Haskins or Daniel Jones?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to answer that question. I honestly believe Daniel Jones, and I'm not saying it because I think Daniel Jones is better.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said before the draft. I liked Haskins better than Daniel Jones, but the way that the Giants are constructing their football team and Gettleman is improving that offensive line, and the fact that they have Saquon Barkley, I think Daniel Jones is being set up to succeed more than Dwayne Haskins, and I think that's incredibly important. I think a lot of people don't look at that enough. I think the Giants, over the next 5 years, are going to have a better support system than the Redskins will, and I think because of that, I think Daniel Jones is going to have a better first 5 years.
See, it's a tricky situation for me because when I look at the Redskins, I think their lines regarding D-line and O-line are actually pretty solid. But with Trent Williams' situation, that kind of takes a step back on the offensive side. But their defensive line is amazing, dude. What they've done in the last few years in the draft is built that D-line and made it great. I hate it. But this is the thing. I've seen Dan Snyder fuck shit up every year. Over and over when they're like this close to maybe taking that next step. And just, I don't know, something happens where that team just takes a dive. I don't know if it's Jay Gruden or if it's Dan Snyder. I don't know. So that's why I probably agree with you on that front. I do think, I like their offensive line. I like their D-line. But with Trent Williams being out and all that, and the history of the Redskins, I probably lean towards Daniel Jones a little bit more too. So
I don't know, man.
But it's tough.
I don't know. So far from what I've seen, I'm going to go with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody said the Giants don't have wide receivers. Well, the Giants, I think Sterling Shepard's a solid receiver. I think Ingram's a solid receiver. And the Giants have $100 million in cap space next year. And I could see the Giants spending their first-round pick in next year's draft on a wide receiver. So I think over the next 5 years, they're going to have a good wide receiver core.
Yeah. It's just going to be interesting. It's just, like I said, I don't trust Dan Snyder at all. And Jay Gruden, even when they won the division with Kirk Cousins all those years ago, they were still only 9-7. Like, it's not like they had a great year. It's everybody else had a shitty year, kind of thing. So I can't buy into Jay Gruden and Dan Snyder and the Redskins.
L.A. Lou says my Rams are going to back to the Super Bowl against the Steelers. Giants 10-6. He's saying 10-6.
He's been saying that to me for a while. And what's going on, Asia? She says, "Hey, sexy Tana." Hey, Asia. But he's been saying that to me for a while, L.A. Lou. He loves the Giants this year. He loves the improvements they made on the offensive line. And that's another thing I'll say, albeit against second teamers. The Giants' offensive line this preseason has been the biggest plus for me, even more so than Daniel Jones. How the offensive line has gotten a push, the pass protection, it looks like a completely new offensive line. Will Hernandez is going to take a huge step forward on the left at the left guard, and Remmers is great on the right guard. The Giants' offensive line is going to be at worst average this year, and I think you're going to see the offense play even better this year because of it.
And that's why I can't wait for the Giants and Bears game. Because in all seriousness, I mean, we do want to get that we want to get that win. We want to get that revenge. But it's going to be a great test for your offensive line, man. Because you're right. They have been making improvements. Will Hernandez and such. I mean, I love what you guys have been doing, man. I really do.
Now, I have a question, though. How do you think your defense is going to fare? Because not a lot of people, everybody's talking about Daniel Jones, but I'm not selling y'all's defense. Y'all trade away some pieces, but I've seen some people, not you, but I've seen some people say that they think the defense has gotten better. I don't understand how.
Well, the defense couldn't have gotten worse. Everybody sees that we got rid of all these names. They were the worst ranked defense in football last year. It was either second or one of the worst defenses in football last year.
Yeah.
I think it could be better. It's the second year in Betcher's system. They brought in guys that they think fit the system better. Marcus Golden, I think, is going to have a big year for the Giants.
Okay.
And people forget, 3 years ago, he had 13 sacks before the injuries. He's back to healthy now. He's still only 26, 27 years old. I just can see Golden having a big year. I think Lorenzo Carter is going to take a big step forward this year. The guy they drafted last year in the third round, a very athletic pass rusher. Jabril Peppers, I think, is a step up from Landon Collins, especially in coverage. I think the Giants, I'm not saying they're going to have a good defense, but I think they could have a better defense than they had last year. I think they could be a top 20, 21, 22 defense rather than a bottom 2 or 3 defense.
I agree with that.
I don't know. I have to see it to believe it.
I think they will
first.
be better.
I have to see it to believe it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Because I just saw that defense just get torched last year so many times. So
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
to-
they're still not a good
Yeah.
defense. They're still a couple of pieces away. I also love I like their interior defense as
Yeah.
well. Dexter Lawrence I thought was a great pick. I love Dexter Lawrence. When you guys see him play, the guy's an animal.
Now,
And B.J. Hill's good too.
okay. Ventura Variety says, come on, Entertainah. Fourth in the East. They are in rebuild mode. I think you're not just in rebuild.
I'm not even saying they're gonna finish third in the East. They could finish second. You never know. Football's a crazy game. I'm just saying their defense could be better than some people think. I think their offense could be better than some people think. ESPN seems to be just saying they're a 3-4 win team, 5-win team. The Giants last year, and I say this all the time, they were this close to being a 9-win team. This close. They won 5 games. The Graham Gano 63-yard field goal. They called a bogus pass interference call for them to even get that opportunity. They killed the Colts that entire game and gave it up at the end when the Colts had won 8 games in a row on the road. They should have beat the Eagles. They led by 13 points before the half, before Eli Manning threw that stupid interception. And then they forgot to run the ball in the second half. And they should have beat the Cowboys the last week of the season. The Giants could have easily won 8 or 9 games last year. I don't think they were as bad as a 5-win team. And I think they're going to win between 6 and 8 or 9 games. I don't think they're going to be a 4-win team like a lot of people are saying. I really don't. I think they're going to be a 7 or 8 win team.
Okay. Asia, we see you. We see you there. Thor Seth, as I miss you guys as well.
What's up, buddy?
I'm on a day 8 of 12 in a row. Oh, man, I know you work hard there, Thor Seth, and we appreciate you being here when you can. Jerry Judy to the Big Apple. What the hell are you talking about, Blue Jack? Blue Jackets talk. What are you talking about? But anyway, you know what? If there's nothing else, guys, I want to open up the calls for at least a half an hour or so. I know L.A. Lou. He said he wanted to call. He wanted to ask us some stuff. So if you guys want to, give us a call at Fury Calls. Fury Calls. If you want to ask us a few questions, we'll open up the lines for just a bit before we head out of here. UCF Jaguar says, and he's in here. He says, "Hey guys, I love you. Please say it back." No.
Nah.
I love UCF Jaguar. He's adorable.
Aw, see,
What's not to
UCF,
love?
there you go. You got someone that likes you.
UCF, you know I can't say it, but I will be watching the moon later.
So in other words, there's someone in the room that he cannot say that in front of, or he'll get a dirty look.
Oh, you got Babe in the room.
Yeah. Hey, babe. She says hi. She says hi, Chris.
She said it very suspiciously,
Hi, Babe.
though.
Hi, Babe.
What's up, Jimmy June? How's it going, man? He says, fellas, are you ready for me to get my ass whooped in fantasy football? Yes, Jimmy June, we are ready for that.
All right, let's take a phone call right here. Do this.
Yeah. And it's not going to be video, guys. We're just going to do
Just audio.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, whoa. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you, man. What's
yeah.
up, Noam?
Noam, what do you want?
All right. How you guys doing, man? Long time no see.
I know,
man.
man. Dude, how was Europe?
Dude.
Oh, it was fucking awesome. I'm serious, man. It was great.
Did you,
I have family up in France.
You were in
like,
France?
I
France?
was up there for a while.
I
Yeah.
heard them French girls could
Wow.
get freaky.
France is in Europe, right? France is in Europe. Right?
So did you travel all Europe or was it just France?
Nah, France and then Spain for like a week and a half.
Oh,
It was my first. It was my first time in France or Spain. I went with another cousin of mine. So,
That's awesome.
and Josh, I did not crash while flying over water. So,
Chris,
Yes.
if you didn't know, I have a deathly fear of flying over water. I just won't do it. I can't do it.
No, we talked about that. We talked about that last time because we were talking about potentially going to a London game together.
Oh, that's right.
I have a
can't-
question
I'll take a
about this.
boat. I'll take a boat.
Well, are you afraid to fly over lakes?
Lakes? Nah, because it's a couple minutes, you know? I'm not going to fly over
man.
Lake Michigan. Fuck that. I hate flying. I'm not going to fly over the Gulf of Mexico.
Here's my question though. Here's my question about flying over water. Why are you more scared to fly over water than land? Because if you land on water, I feel like there's a better chance of
No!
survival than if you're playing.
No, absolutely not.
On
Look,
land.
listen.
If you're playing crashed into a mountain, you're dead.
Listen.
If you crash in the water, at least you got.
No, you don't. You have no more of a better chance crash landing in
Well,
water.
have you ever
My,
heard
my,
of-
my father, he's an
Have you seen what
aircraft
happened to
mechanic, and he
Hudson?
has been for over 20 years. Hitting the water is worse than hitting concrete. You are fucking...
Have you ever-
and especially if you
The
crash over the
Hudson.
middle of the Atlantic Ocean or something, you're fucked.
So you never heard of Sully Sullenberger?
Sully.
Yeah,
So,
in New
wait,
York,
well,
in
well,
Hudson.
Sully. Well, didn't he land in the Hudson River or some shit? And that was
Yeah.
that was a miracle. He was a fucking hero. That they made a movie out of it.
Miracle
Tom
if you
Hanks
crashed
played
into a
that
mountain and
motherfucker.
didn't die.
Oh my
It'll be a
god.
miracle if you crashed into a mountain and didn't die.
Yeah. So would you rather fly over water or crash into a mountain, or crash into water or crash into a mountain?
I'll crash into a mountain because you know what? There's no fucking way you're gonna survive that shit. If I crash into water and I somehow survive, then you're talking about getting eaten by sharks.
What?
I ain't fucking with Jaws,
First,
neither.
Sharks, they'll
No,
take a
you're
bite
talking
and then they'll
about
let you go. 'Cause they don't
food.
like the taste of human blood.
Hell no, you're
It's a
not.
myth.
I'm not flying over ocean. Not happening.
It's a myth.
I will flip the fuck out. I will
But
jump
they
out
have
of the airplane.
transponders on these planes.
No. Oh yeah, because that worked out really
fly
well
over
for that
there.
Malaysian flight.
That's Malaysia. We're talking about America.
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 That's racist.
What?
Whatever happened to that flight, by the way? That was the top news story for weeks, and then nobody ever
Oh
talked
yeah.
about it anymore.
On to the
can't
next
find
tragedy.
They
Tragedy.
can't find it.
Yeah.
All right, so Noam, what you got for
All
us,
right.
man?
And what do you want to talk about, buddy?
I just want to hear your thoughts about the AFC East.
They-
What do you guys think happened? And can you possibly see the Jets sneaking into the second wild card spot?
You know, actually, we're gonna be releasing the prediction video soon. We actually
what?
just recorded it.
You know what I'm gonna say, Noah? I'll give you this. I think the Patriots take a bit of a step back, and I think the Jets take a good step forward. And the Miami Dolphins
I do
are the
too.
worst team in fucking football.
Oh, yeah.
Chris agrees with that, right?
Yep.
You're the one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the Jets are right on that cusp,
Yeah.
getting ready to take over the
Listen,
NFC East. AFC East.
The Jets need cornerbacks and an O-line and maybe a number one receiver, which next year, or I think there's a lot of free agent receivers next year, and the draft is wide receiver heavy. So I think we're really 1 year
Yeah.
away from making that massive, massive step forward.
Yeah. In terms of the wild card, I think the Jets are definitely the Jets and Bills are going to be improved. I think the Bills are going to be vastly improved as well. People forget the Bills went to the playoffs too. Bills went to the playoffs 2 years ago. People
Yeah.
forget that. But I think the Bills and Jets are both going to be improved. But I don't see a wild card coming out of the East because the West, I think, definitely gets one with the Chargers or the Chiefs, whoever loses the division.
Right.
And the South, there's so many good teams: the Texans, the Colts, the Jaguars. I think one of the wild card comes out of the West, one comes out of the South. But I think the Jets and Bills could both be in the hunt for about 8 wins this year.
Ooh, the Bills.
Yeah, man, the Jets,
Yeah,
the
I like
Bills,
the Bills.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the Bills at all. I don't believe in Josh Allen. I don't believe in the receivers.
At least
Have
you and me and Money
who's
can
your
agree
top
on that,
receiver?
right?
You see him?
Well, they added Beasley.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Oh,
Have you seen him throw to
Beasley.
Beasley like 5 straight times?
Yeah.
And they improved that offensive line. They added a lot of good offensive line
Yeah.
in free agency, which was
Mitch
one of the worst
Morse.
offensive lines in football last year.
Yeah.
And they already had a top 5 defense last year.
Yeah.
So the Bills, I think,
I
could be a
don't know.
7 or 8 team. I do.
I just hate Josh Allen.
Yeah. Now, this
I don't hate Josh Allen.
I
really
don't. I don't think you
I
got to
don't
give
hate
him a
as
chance with the
a
weapons.
Person, I just don't like. Right. I just don't see him as a good quarterback.
We'll see.
Like straight up, like I've watched like some good like he's made the dumbest fucking throws I've ever seen in my entire life. He has no IQ,
It's
man.
gonna take some time
got
to
one hell of an arm.
develop, man. You know, it's
And
gonna
he's
take.
mobile.
He's got the
Well,
tools.
here's
Here's he
what-
can develop it.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say about Josh Allen. The old adage is you cannot judge a quarterback until after year 2. It takes 2 years to
Right.
really get him because it takes a year to grasp the playbook. Look at Jared Goff. Jared Goff was awful his rookie year. He came back the next year. He had a great year. There's so many quarterbacks like that. So before we write off anybody, whether it be Josh Rosen, whether it be Josh Allen, have to see them play another year before we even start
Exactly.
to comment on their ability.
Exactly right.
I mean, Jared Goff's coach year 1 was Jeff fucking Fisher, I think. Yeah. I'm
No,
pretty
well,
sure,
it was Jeff
right?
Fisher. It was Jeff Fisher. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you get Sean McVay, and then you look at Sam Darnold. I'm not calling Adam Gase Sean McVay,
Shit.
but Sam Darnold had Todd Bowles as his coach his first year. Todd Bowles was fucking
Yeah.
awful. Didn't
Well, he's a
like
defensive guy.
off. Now,
But you know what?
supposedly bring in. Yeah, go.
No, I was gonna say back to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I agree with Chris. I mean, dude. I mean, come on. No real weapons. No real running game. One of the worst offensive lines. I mean, come on, man. Give him something.
Yeah.
You got to give him something
Josh
before you
Allen
really
was
make
bad
a.
running back.
You can't judge him yet before he had pieces and tools to work with.
I'm sorry, but Cole Beasley isn't changing that offense.
No,
I don't.
It's
I don't
it's
see
not just Cole Beasley they've added though. You got to look
I mean,
at
the O line, okay, but like, who does he really have at receiver? Cole Beasley. I don't know.
what's their roster again. I know they put. First off, I love
They
their
picked up that wide receiver,
what's that guy's
John
name?
Brown.
Yeah. John Brown.
Yeah,
John Brown.
I like that's a deep threat. Imagine Josh Allen just chunking it deep and John Brown running under it. Then you have also I really like Devin Singletary. I think he's probably going to take over that starting role for LaShawn McCoy, or at least motivate LaShawn McCoy a little bit more, and LaShawn McCoy might do good. So, but I agree with you. I think that the Bills are just a few years away from being relevant in that sense because they do still have a lot more people.
Say Jones, I mean, he's a talented guy. Hopefully, he just fucking gets his head on straight.
And he's.
And I remember Reuben Foster. He was a great fantasy guy for like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, he did me well.
But no, honestly though, your Jets, I think we're all pretty much like right there. I think the Jets are right there. I think y'all might be competing for a wild card spot. I'm not sure if y'all will get that this year, but y'all are gonna be right there. Another year or so, y'all are gonna be definitely a contender.
The second half of the schedule is so easy. The first half is fucking tough.
It really is.
We could start off.
We saw that.
But we could get like maybe 3-4 wins, hopefully, in the first 7 games, 8 games, I don't know. Then I think we could really like make a run for the wild card. But I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
We did improve the O-line.
For you guys to have a shot to make the wild card this year, Darnold is going to have to take a huge step. He would have to be a top 10 quarterback this year, I think, for the Jets to make the playoffs.
If you've been watching him I mean, I know it's preseason, but the offense has been clicking.
Well, I saw him against my Giants. He was great outside of that that should have been an interception.
Yeah,
He was great.
And against the Falcons, he was phenomenal again. So he's been looking good. I've some hope in Darnold. I believe in Darnold. Sam the Savior, thick boy from California.
Okay.
You should have faith in Darnold. Darnold's gonna be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I
think so.
And Josh, I have the Packers taking the division.
Love this guy.
No, how many times I gotta prove you wrong, buddy? How many times?
I think Aaron Rodgers is the best QB in the league.
Hey, okay, he's okay.
Well, yeah.
Even if you think that, there's more to it than just being a great quarterback. And you know what? Aaron Rodgers, the last couple of years, hasn't looked all that great, Noam. When's he going to get it together?
Well,
I know what he's capable of, but when's it going to happen?
He was hurt last year. You remember game 1. He got hurt.
Yeah, he got all hawked up on drugs, came in to the game, and somehow fucking did a miraculous comeback. He's great. He's great. But it's not enough. It's not enough. You got to say it all come together.
Yeah.
I do see the Bears making the playoffs, though. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, thank you.
I think the Packers are just...
It's possible you get 3 teams out of that division. That's not impossible.
That's true.
That
could very well happen, yeah. That very well could happen.
We'll see.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let's re-record that Jets video because I got to give them 2 wins now.
Okay.
Fucking know them.
2 wins.
The Dolphins. That's it.
Oh,
2
man.
games against the Dolphins. You know they're not beating my Giants.
Are you? Come on. Oh, they're gonna beat up on your Giants. Remember what happened last year? Brandon Marshall. Ooh, I'll never forget that game.
I'm not worried about it. You got what happened in 2011 with Victor Cruz? 99-yard touchdown.
Really, you got? Okay. Oh wait, who was that kicker that missed the field goal in overtime? Fuck, who was that kicker? Against the Jets in 2015. You guys had a kick to tie it up.
No, I can't
Nick
remember.
Folk?
No.
I know he was y'all's kicker for a while.
I don't know, but I remember the Giants fucking choked.
We definitely choked.
The Giants. I thought you were talking about the Jets.
Oh yeah, you guys were fucking destroying us, and Ryan Fitzmagic came back.
We blew the lead in the 4th quarter. Yeah, we definitely choked that game away. But I think we're gonna beat you guys this year. I'm not too worried. We're gonna beat you.
I don't think so.
I'm going to the game.
I think all the Giants got is really I mean, they don't only have Barkley, but Barkley's the focal point of their offense. If you shut down Barkley, I don't believe in Daniel Jones or Eli Manning. I don't know.
We'll see, man. It's gonna be a fun game this year. Jets and Giants always fun.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right, Noam, we appreciate you calling in, buddy.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Before I go, if D-Money's in the stream, Bengals suck ass. Okay, bye.
All right.
See you guys.
All right, we'll take a couple more callers before we end the show here. It was good hearing from Noam.
Yeah.
It was good hearing from Noam.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take a couple more here, guys.
Go ahead. Take a
Oh,
call.
did we get one? Oh, sorry. Bounce, wow, wow.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up, Brendan Rogers? How you doing?
What's going on, Brandon?
How are you guys doing, Sean, Josh, Chris? How are y'all doing?
Doing
good,
okay.
dude. We're doing great.
How are you?
Doing fantastic.
I'm doing good. Just got back from my cabin today. Long ass trip home. Traffic was horrible, but glad to be talking to y'all for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool, man. What you got for us?
So, I just wanted to talk some NFC West real quick and some NFC North. I'll just touch on them both. But see, I'm just get my point across about the whole NFC West first. But see, here's what I, as a Seahawks fan, I still think the Rams will take the division. Their talent is just phenomenal.
Yes.
They have Aqib Talib. They have Marcus Peters. They added Eric Weddle. They have Clay Matthews. I know they lost some Marcus Joyner, but they still have on the defensive line. They have Aaron Donald and Brockers, and their defense is phenomenal. And they have Wade Phillips as their play caller, and he's probably the best defensive coordinator in football. And
No, that'd be Vic Fangio, but go ahead.
okay, but he's a head coach now. But all right,
Yeah, he's a head coach now, so yeah, okay. Fair enough.
yeah.
But they did add Clay Matthews, who's 48, 49 years old.
I think he's actually 62.
60. Okay, gotcha.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
No, I mean, look, Brandon Rogers. Look, the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, I absolutely understand why they're still the clear favorite. They have been amazing. Sean McVay, arguably the best coach, one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
So no, I understand that. But you know what? Things change. Things happen. Are they going to win a division again? Man, do you know how often the same team wins a division in the NFL? In any division.
Yeah.
You know how often that happens from year to year?
There hasn't been a repeat. I only know this because I'm a Giant fan. There hasn't been a repeat winner in the NFC since 2005.
So, I think we're in for
That's
some
how
new
long-
blood here. I think you might be overlooking the 49ers as well. I got to make you a believer, too.
No, he's not overlooking. He's right. There will be a repeat winner, but it's tough. But the Rams will do.
Here, just
Yeah.
and let me tell. And so they do have Sean McVay, one of the best offensive minds of football. They have Cooper Kupp coming back, which I think if he would have played in that Super Bowl and he didn't get injured, that offense would have looked a lot different in the Super Bowl because Jared Goff would have probably been. He wouldn't have been as he wouldn't have felt as much pressure because he would have had that second option outside of Cooks in the wide receiving.
Quick question, Brandon
But-
Rogers. Did we hear you right?
Yeah.
Did you say the Rams have the best offensive line in football?
Offensive line?
Did you just say that they have the best offensive line?
No, I didn't even say anything about the offensive line.
Oh, I thought you said.
Yeah.
No, they don't have the best offensive
You
line.
scared
no.
me, Brandon
But,
Rogers. You scared me for a second.
No.
Well, there was about to be a lot of yelling at you. Because
yeah.
I'm about to say the
Oh,
Colts,
trust me, the
Cowboys.
Cowboys,
Yeah, come on now.
Trust me, the Cowboys, they have such a better offensive line. Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Travis Frazier coming back. They're great over there. But back to the West. So so Seattle, my team. We did lose Mike Davis to Chicago Bears. We lost Justin Coleman. We lost Frank Clark. We traded him, but we added Ziggy Ansah,
That was good.
which I felt like was a very underrated pickup.
Yeah,
This free agency.
I agree.
And we did lose Doug Baldwin. We released him. He failed his physical.
DK
But
Metcalf,
see,
he's dealing with an injury right now. There's
Yeah.
no real timetable when he's coming back.
Well, he's getting knee surgery tomorrow, and then they expect him to be ready by week 1.
Maybe.
Apparently, according
Yeah,
to
possibly week
he
1.
said yesterday.
Doesn't sound like it, though.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, it happened 2 days ago, so but they gave him some time to just just see how it. But and then we still have Tyler Lockett. I feel like he's very underrated. And then we still have our good running game. We have
Number one running game.
Will Dissly coming back. He did show some good flashes in week 1 versus Denver last season. I know he caught a touchdown and he was playing pretty well. But see, I think Schottenheimer can do a lot more with this offense this year because you do have Carson coming back. You can add Rashad Penny a little more in the offense now because Mike Davis is gone, and the offensive line is we still have the offensive line intact. We have Dwayne Brown, Justin Britt, DJ Fluker. Jermaine Ifedi improved last year. He was one of the most penalized players in the league, and then he turned it around last season. So I feel like if the offensive line can perform either how they did last season or just around it, I feel like that they can still run the ball effectively as they did last season and win the time possession. But the thing about the wild card game was they ran it too much versus the Cowboys and they didn't let Russell throw it enough. And Schottenheimer got what were we gonna say?
Well, when it comes to the Seahawks, it's simple for me. Last year, the disparity between running and throwing was much higher than anybody else. They ran the ball 53% of the time. The next closest team was 47 or 48. It was a huge disparity. And if they are going to be competitive this year, they're going to have to do the same thing.
They averaged 160 yards last year.
Yeah, that's the only way they're going to be able to be a winning football team this year. They're going to have to do the same exact thing. If they're not able to accomplish that, Russell Wilson will get exposed. And it's not because Russell Wilson's a bad quarterback. It's because they don't have the weapons, and they need the run to set up the pass. So if they can't run the ball 53%, 52% of the time like last year, they're going to be a 7 or 8 win team. If they could do that, they'll be competitive.
And also, you got to remember, Brandon Rodgers, losing Doug Baldwin is going to be a huge deal. I know he was kind of playing off on last year. He didn't play that much, but he's still a veteran leadership in that locker room, and not having him is going to be huge.
I get that for sure. And, another key loss on the defensive side was Jaron Reed. He's suspended for 4 games. That's a big loss to our defensive line.
Yep.
We brought in Cassis Marsh. We still have Cunha Ford. We still have, I know we added Ziggy, and we still have, our defensive line is not that experienced as it was last season with Frank Clark and Reed being there the full season.
Well, we're going to say this, man. Like, me and Josh were down on your Seahawks last year. When we did our season predictions, we did not think. We thought y'all were going to take a huge step back, and y'all surprised us. Russell Wilson, obviously, he's a magician, as we always call him.
And you know what? You guys are playing. You guys had a great running attack last year, but are you seeing the defense you guys are playing this year? Your schedule,
it's a lot tougher.
A lot of great rushing
needs to play well, and we were one of the worst possession. If we can keep those offenses off the field, then our defense will be rested, and we saw Bobby Wagner and KJ right over there, the 2 leaders of the defense, and Shaquem Griffin and Shaquille Griffin. So
that's a defense's best friend. Is time of possession. If you guys can do it, that's why your team was successful last year. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was with Josh and Sean last year. I thought you were a 7-win team, and you won 10 games because you were able to control the clock and keep that defense fresh. It's something that the Giants haven't been able to do in forever. I think they're in the bottom 5 or 6 in the league every year, and I'm hoping they improve this year with that improved offensive line. But that you could have a bad defense that looks okay and I'm not saying you have a bad defense, but the time of possession makes a defense much better because they're fresh at the end of football games, and that's the key. I mean, the reason that Seattle won is simple. All you got to do is look at the stats. They killed it in the time possession, and they run the ball more than anybody. For them to be successful again this year, they have to do that, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do it nearly as well as they did last year.
Yeah, the Seahawks, I think, are still going to be second in the division or competing for second position, second in the division with 49ers. It's going to be interesting to see what y'all can do, but at the end of the day, Pete Carroll has done it time and time again, and he's shown why he's definitely one of the best coaches in the NFL. So we'll see what happens, Brandon Rodgers. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we let you go? Because we got to get to another caller here before we cut the stream.
Yeah, I know. I just want to add one more point in on the NFC West, and then I just wanted to say one thing about the North real quick. But see, when Ken Norton got hired last year as the defensive coordinator, I did not like it at first because when he was coming from the Raiders, he didn't have a lot of talent except Khalil Mack over there. And being granted, they weren't a top-tier defense when they made the playoffs with Derek Carr, that playoff season with Jack Del Rio. But they didn't have a lot of talent on the defensive side, I thought. So I was a little hesitant on that hiring. But just one thing, touch on the North real quick. I don't see how the Packers can win the division with the Vikings and the Bears. And I don't see it. The Vikings have so much more talent than the Packers. And the Bears, I get that they're the favorites to win the division, but, I still think the Vikings can win it just because, I know, Josh, you're not going to like that, but the Vikings have definitely a better shot of winning the division than the Packers.
I agree. I agree there, too. I agree there.
Because
I don't know about that. I don't know
because
about that. Kirk Cousins is 4-20 against teams with winning records throughout his
Well,
career.
hey, let me tell you something. Kirk Cousins, you know what? I was looking at Kirk Cousins this offseason, and a whole lot of his career wasn't exactly on him, and it certainly wasn't on Kirk Cousins. I think he got way too much blame for the Vikings' woes last year.
Yeah.
I would blame the offensive
the
fucking
offensive
line.
line was horrific.
What's that?
The offensive line was horrific.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
He was making
Terrible.
plays last year.
Yeah.
The only time he sucks, truly sucks, is when he's on fucking primetime and people are watching him.
That's true.
That's when you see bad Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
But other than
no
that,
doubt.
you got guys dropping balls on him, receivers running the wrong fucking routes, which I don't understand because these guys are fucking great.
Yeah.
And then the offensive line giving him no fucking time to make plays. You look
Yeah.
at Kirk Cousins, what he did against the Los Angeles Rams last year. He threw over was it over 300, 400 yards
Something.
and threw like three
Dude,
touchdowns?
yeah.
He looked phenomenal. They should have won that game.
They shit on him, but he had one of the best statistical years of his career, last year. So he still, even with that shitty offensive line, he still did better. So
And I'm just going to add this in there real quick because a lot of people aren't agreeing with me on this because when John DeFilippo got fired as the offensive coordinator mid-season. Now, when Kevin Stefanski came in half of the season, they didn't have a lot of time to go over the playbook. Now, what I think is with Kevin Stefanski and Kirk Cousins have a full off season, go over the playbook, add some new plays, get more chemistry, and they still have the offensive talent. Delvin Cook coming back. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, offensive line improved. Kevin Stefanski and Kirk Cousins just had a full off season, so I guarantee that offense will be more consistent and improved, no doubt.
All right.
well, we'll see, man.
We'll have to
And they,
wait and see.
still, and they still have the defensive talent from the NFC Championship run. They still do. So.
All right, Brad Rogers. We appreciate the call, man. We're going to get on to another caller, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me on.
We'll talk to you.
Yep.
All right, Brandon.
I'm going to
Good
beat you at
talking to
Madden
you,
one of these days.
All right, we'll see.
All right.
I already beat him, so. And I removed him from call. All right, so what do we take? One or two more callers?
Yeah.
One more?
Two. All right.
What's
let's
going
take-
on? Just want to say hello to Pat. He just said stand up in the chat. What's going on, Pat? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, there we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, guys, how you doing? It's
Oh no!
fun again. It's cracking up again like the last time.
You knew we couldn't go a show when we're taking calls without Bobby Woodruff getting through. Just
Can't do it. Can't do
Can't
it.
do it.
Can't be done.
Nope.
What's up, Bobby?
Awesome. Hey, Josh, the Bears are going to win that division. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, Bobby. That's why I love you, bro.
Josh, before you say thank you, Bobby, just know that Bobby has the Giants sweeping the NFC East.
Yeah, I do. 11-5. They're going 11-5.
And you have the
Wait. So he has the Giants sweeping the whole division?
Yeah.
the Eagles and the Reds.
Bobby, that's a
6-0.
bold statement.
That's not a bold statement. That's a crazy statement, Bobby.
And the Eagles are going to be in the toilet bowl.
Oh, I'll get behind you on that. But how are you going to sweep my Cowboys?
Well, you're coming in second place. You're going to be.
No, that's not my question. Well, how are you going to sweep us though?
We're going to kick your butt. You don't have Elliott. He's not playing.
He will play. Don't worry about it. We don't even need him. We showed him that last year in Week 17. You remember that?
Yeah, you had that tight end that threw for three.
We still have him,
touchdowns.
Bobby. We still have him.
What was that guy's name again? The tight end?
Blake Jarwin.
Jarwin.
Yeah, that guy really destroyed our defense.
And he's
Oh my
still
God.
a Cowboy, baby. He's still a Cowboy.
Well, we don't have belly pants on our team anymore. We got rid of him. He got the guy who got Chris. What's the guy's name who got burnt by him?
Landon Collins.
Yeah, he's on Washington, so that's great. So, Chris Seahawk is watching you. She
Oh,
loves
I
you.
always appreciate when Seahawk watches me.
What about the tickets? You get them yet?
Have not gotten the tickets, Bobby. I told you when I get the tickets, you will be the first to know.
We
The
got it.
tickets.
Josh, we're going with all of us are going to see the Giants in the Jet game. You want to come with us?
Oh, thank you so much for the
Yeah.
invitation there, Bobby.
Invitation,
Yeah, apparently
yeah.
everybody's going to that game. And we're still trying to figure out what games we're going to this year.
We have to figure out what we're going to.
Man, well, I mean, Jesus Christ. That's going to be a pretty interesting game.
When is
Giants and versus Jets. What does Mr. Softy think?
Bobby, I actually saw Mr. Softy today.
All right, my Softy, Mr. Softy. For mine, you don't get crap up here. You don't get that stuff. New York pizza, you do. Up here, you can get New York pizza, though. You can.
No, you can't. How could you get New York pizza in Vermont? It's not in New York.
What? Well, they have Mutos up here. It's exactly like New York pizza. The guy's from Maine originally, but he makes great pizza.
All right. I'll take your word for it, Bobby.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Okay, and I said hi, okay, please. He told me you would say hello to her for me.
What's that?
Remember last time? You said, tell her I said hi, your girlfriend.
Oh, babe, Bobby says hi.
Hi, babe.
She said,
How you doing?
say hi, Bobby. How
You
are
have
you
an
doing?
ex-boyfriend. The awesome guy.
She says she's okay. How are you?
Good. How's Gizmo doing? Is he home?
Gizmo? Yeah, Gizmo's great. I miss him. I almost want to go back out there tonight later and give him some food.
Well, bring him home.
I should bring him home, Bobby. I should bring home Gizmo.
Josh's girlfriend would love that. She
Yeah.
loves cats. She's a weird like that.
She like. Sean, where you live? You live far from Josh?
About 30 minutes away. Not too far.
Oh, Seahawks meowing at you, Chris.
Oh, hi, Seahawk. How are you?
Yeah, she's meowing. She heard your voice.
God.
Hey, the Giants are going to be 11-5. That's what I think this
It's
year.
sweeping the NFC
Hey,
East.
you keep thinking that, buddy. I love the optimism.
Hey, I think that we've got the better offensive line. Defense is great, you know.
So what I've gathered from this call so far, your cat loves me. The
Yes.
Giants are going to sweep the NFC East. They're going 11-5.
And the Bears are going
And the Bears are going to win the division. And,
Yeah.
and you like Josh's girlfriend.
Yeah, well, I just like her voice. She got a cute voice.
Anything else, Bobby?
Why? Why? You... channel or what?
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Go ahead.
They drafted you, not you drafted them. They drafted you to sit in the third seat, like Joe Namath or something like that, you know.
Okay, Bobby. Go ahead.
Josh is number one, then Sean, then you. You have your own channel. Remember.
Okay, Bob.
And it's an entertainer's channel. You gotta let me talk.
I'm letting you talk.
I'm not gonna talk too much because I think you gotta take other calls. We gotta leave soon. Right, guys?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, we're probably gonna take it like one more caller. Bobby.
One more call.
Yeah, but we appreciate you calling in, Bobby. It's always a blast.
We always
every
got to
time.
talk to Bobby.
Always got to talk.
And
to
you know what, Bobby? I always appreciate you popping in a Discord. You're hilarious,
Yeah.
man. You're awesome.
Awesome.
I love Discord. That what comes out of my mouth is so great. First, you gotta join us in Discord.
He does.
Maybe I'll pop in a Discord.
Yeah, you gotta do it. And Sir Cardinal might do trivia tonight. He said he might do sports trivia tonight.
What's new?
Hey, last night we won cartoon.
Oh, he's finally doing
No, I
sports,
heard,
huh?
I heard,
Another
yeah, I heard.
sports.
That's tonight. Last night was cartoons.
Yeah.
And Gold was the MVP last night. He was kicking some butt.
Who was?
I scoop a few, but I get some.
All right.
I
Well, Bobby, we appreciate you
Yeah.
calling in, buddy. And
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we will talk to you very soon.
Probably very soon. Yeah, like. Yeah.
Oh, you know I like to talk. I got my my phone to my ear, glued to my ear, like Chris says.
All right, everybody.
Well,
All right. See you later,
Say
Bobby.
goodnight to Bobby.
Good night.
okay,
This half lives for
Night.
Bobby.
Bobby, have a great night, buddy. Have a great night.
There you go, Bobby. That's for you.
Oh, God.
All right, one more caller, and we're out of here.
Do we have one more? Okay.
One more.
Oh, do we? All right. Yeah, we got one more caller. Oh God.
Hello, who is this?
Why did I answer this
No.
call?
Chase.
Oh wait,
Hello.
it's about time. Ugh.
You don't have to do a video. We're not gonna put your video on. We're just doing audio, buddy. So.
Oh, well, can you still my beautiful face?
So you're not from the bathtub tonight. This is
Oh
Bigger
my
Mike, by
God.
the way. Mod Squad member, Bigger Mike.
Hey, boys.
From Team Chris in the house. What's going on, Bigger Mike?
Yes, Team Chris. I just have a few questions. I didn't really call him with a plan. Don't have much to talk about. Just got a few questions. Sean.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Sean, excuse me?
I was trying to be polite. I was saying yes, ma'am. I was trying, manners.
Come on, we
my
don't have all
parents
night.
raised me right.
We don't got all night.
Yeah.
All right, look. All right, Sean. Are you the type of guy to wipe from the back or from the front? Just curious. What type of guy are you?
He uses a bidet.
What the? What, dude? Let's talk about sports here. I'm not gonna talk about how I wipe my ass when I take a shit.
But these are efficient. Toilet paper's expensive.
It's true.
I tried to make conversation.
You're trying to have.
It's a good.
I think
it's a great conversation.
Is this the conversations you have with the ladies? Because Bigger Mike, we gotta talk.
I give more girls and hugs in a day, please. Anyways, whatever. Look, I wanted to talk with Josh, but I scared him off. So what do you two want to talk about?
Not about how we wipe our
Yeah,
ass.
that's kind of weird.
Okay, then. Gunzo, you gonna flex the moss today?
Oh, I should have brought it up. I could bring out the moss. I was trying to represent SPORTSFURY. I got the hat hair, but I'll show the moss. There's
Beautiful. Oh,
great,
look at that.
This is
Bro, half of
So-
viewers are girls that are attracted to him. He's a pimp like that.
Bigger Mike. This is getting really weird. First, you asked me about my ass. Now you're hitting on Entertainah over there. What's going on here?
Your sister's gonna come out of nowhere and
Dude,
whoop that ass.
Don't make me call her and tell her to get on to you.
Hey, you smucks, stop talking. Joshua.
Damn, we goes about your
So,
full
Joshua,
name.
What's your opinion on the Redskins?
On the Washington Redskins, I think they're very overlooked, man. I think they're a very underrated team. I love how they're built. They're a very physical team, and I think Dwayne Haskins can be a really good quarterback. I don't know, man. I think the Redskins might surprise some people this year and going forward.
Redskins last year were 6-2, I think, before Smith got hurt, and a lot of people forget that. It's going to come down to Haskins. If Haskins is good, they could be competitive.
All right, listen here. The Redskins are arguably the worst team in the NFC. They're garbage. They're the worst team in the East.
They're worse than the
They-
Arizona
they-
Cardinals?
Probably.
They're worse.
Maybe. I said arguably, but the Redskins are bad. They're not overlooked at all. They suck.
So what's your
They're
logic
garbage.
behind this? Because I'd really like to know. Because remember, Bigger Mike, last time you came on here, you started throwing accusations. You had nothing to stand behind it. So let me hear your facts here.
All right, look. Number one, they lose Trent Williams, who was a superstar on the O-line.
They haven't lost him yet.
Not
completely.
yet, not completely, but go ahead. Yeah, I understand that.
He's down to 10 and he wants to trade. I'm pretty sure he's out. Just saying. Now, they're either starting Case Keenum, Colt McCoy, or Dwayne Haskins week 1, which is an L in itself. Plus, that's a massive downgrade from what they had last year in Alex Smith, right? They lost Jamison Crowder to what was already a terrible wide receiving core, arguably the worst in the NFL. They lost a Pro Bowl linebacker and Zach Brown. Jay Gruden lives in a sewer with the Ninja Turtles. Their owner sucks. The wide receivers are garbage. The secondary isn't great. They're just bad. They're awful.
Their
They're complete
D-line, though?
garbage. They're complete rubbish.
Let me give you a little.
Yeah,
let me throw some facts at you. D-line can make up for a bad secondary, hands down. When you have pressure like they have, like that D-line can do, and make you one-dimensional, because they can shut down the run like the best of them. And I hate to say it, I fucking hate to say it, because they were the number one team going into halfway through the season before Alex Smith got hurt in the NFC East. Now, if Haskins plays up to his potential, I think he's going to be better than Alex Smith.
Yeah, see, that's where I don't think that's going to happen, which is why I don't think the
Not
Redskins are
yet.
going to be good.
Not
but,
yet. Yeah.
But if Haskins is as good or better than Alex Smith last year, there's no reason to think the Redskins can't win at least 8 games. I just don't think Haskins is ready to play at that level.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not there. He's not there yet, but I'm not going to say that. What if he does take that step? We've seen plenty of quarterbacks come in their rookie years and take their team to the next level.
R3, same team.
Yeah.
Here's what annoys me about the 6-2 statement. You're listening to me, Smucks. All right, first of all, the Redskins are a completely different football team from last year. They lost so much. Number 2, the Redskins, they won against weaker caliber teams. The teams they won against were lower tier. But when they won against teams that were better than them, the better teams in the NFL, they got pimp slapped. The Colts, the Falcons, and the Saints all made the Redskins their hoe. They lost to the Saints 43-19, and the Colts 21-9, and the Falcons 38-14.
They got pimp slapped. I can't argue that.
They got pimp slapped. I might as well bring Chris and Europe here. They got cuffed. They were awful.
I mean, I hope you're right. I'm a Giants fan. I would love to sweep the Redskins.
All right, Bigger Mike.
It's short.
All right, Bigger Mike. Listen, I know you hate the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, and
We don't.
I'm right there with
We
you.
don't. Could they finish dead last in the division? They absolutely could. They could. But Bigger Mike, I know you got to get back to your bathtub. I know your rubber duck is calling, and we appreciate the call, Bigger Mike. But the worst division, arguably in the entire NFC, I don't know about that, bud.
They're one of the worst teams in the NFC. But I see that I have to leave because, I'm your last call and you're about to end the stream. I'll smirk when everyone says the Redskins are going 8-8 and 9-7 and contending for the East when they go 5-11 with a top 5 pick. I'll smirk when it happens. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Chris, yours the man. Goat Kwan's the homie. Goat Skittles the boy. Thor Sef's the man. Tropical Mayhem. I like his oranges. No
one ever said they're contending for the
Hey,
division.
Bigger Mike, I'm just going to leave you with this. I'm going to send you a trade offer in our fantasy league. Accept it. Don't be a fool. Accept it. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Bigger Mike, for calling in. Bathtubs in the chat. Bigger Mike, you have a good night, bro.
Bye, Joshy Poo.
Good night, Bigger Mike. Big Mike's a great guy.
All right, that's Bigger Mike from the bathtub. His bathtub takes, as we call it.
All right.
Why is it bathtub takes, by the way? No, I don't. What's the reference with that?
Because he's always in the bathtub. Every time he's talking, he's from the bathtub in the bathroom. He's hiding from his sister, who beats the shit out of him.
So I know we said we weren't going to take any more calls, but I think we have to take this next caller.
Oh, really? Who is this? This must be someone special.
It's someone that you really like and that you like to stare at the moon with.
Oh my God! No way. Hello.
Hey, what's up, boys? What's happening, guys?
UCF Jaguar.
What's up, man?
Hey,
What
man.
is going on?
Hey, man. I've been seeing some passionate talking here tonight, so I just want to come in and say that I think the Bears are going to regress to 6-10. I'm gonna say that Dak Prescott don't even deserve $40,000 a year, and I'm gonna say the Giants ain't going nowhere.
I think he's trying to trigger all three of us.
Fuck yeah.
I think he's just trying to trigger us.
I think it's really heated debate now.
Hey man, I see Josh over here, man. He's getting worked up about this bad talk about the Bears, man. It's kind of entertaining.
Oh, it's very entertaining.
You know I'm not going to take it from nobody that the Chicago Bears are going to regress this year. And let me tell you something. You're lucky that the Chicago Bears aren't playing your goddamn Jaguars, because we'll teach you how to be a consistent defense.
Hey.
Can you bear down?
You can show him like the Cowboys showed him last year.
Woo, boy.
Hey, we don't talk about that game.
But if you were playing them, I would just give you the blueprint on how the Giants beat the Bears last year.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yep.
see.
We're all just taking jabs.
That was just an anomaly. UCF Jaguar. Don't buy anything into that. Shit happens. NFL, it's a crazy fucking thing. It's a crazy game. Anything
You're right,
can
it's a
happen.
crazy game.
Sure,
That's
they got that win. Ain't gonna happen again.
Hey man, I'll just say with the Bears, it's really all on Trubisky, because I mean there are so many similarities between what the Jaguars were last year and the Bears, and really, I mean, the defense and the offense, I mean, it all regressed just because of the quarterback play. So I mean, if Trubisky can, play like he does on his good days, then the Bears are going to rise with him. But I mean, if he plays down, and of course there's always the injury factor.
Right.
I mean, that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, you're right, man. There's been a lot of comparisons between the Bears and the Jaguars. People think the Bears will be the Jaguars of 2018. I don't think so, because, look, Trubisky, I think he's way better than Blake Bortles, and he can make plays with his legs. He's one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the NFL, and I think he's shown to be damn good under Matt Nagy.
let's be fair, and I agree with you. Trubisky's better than Blake Bortles, but Blake Bortles can make plays with his feet.
What? Not as good as
Bortles had some
Trubisky,
mobility.
Blake Bortles actually
Blake
was.
Bortles could run.
but not
I
as
don't
good
know,
as
man.
Trubisky.
I don't know.
Blake Bortles was one of the
Did-
top.
I don't know about
Did
that.
you not
Bortles-
see
I mean,
Trubisky
Bortles
last year,
was-
especially against the
he
New England
was.
Patriots?
He did great. I'm just saying, Blake Bortles was actually one of the top
But
scramblers.
look,
rushers.
Mitchell Trubisky,
'Cause he had to.
I mean, this guy is next level shit right here, and I think he has proven he's been going good with Matt Nagy, and going into year 2, year 3 for him. But year two with Matt Nagy, I think he's gonna be fine. And the wide receiving core, I love it for the Bears. Offensive line, nice and good going into this year. Nice running game. We don't got guys fighting with people in the stands, or we're deep, man. We're just deep.
I'm gonna say this: Bortles actually won a playoff game where he had more rushing yards than passing
did.
yards.
That's true.
That's true.
Unfortunately, that won't happen
Well,
for Mitchell
we-
Trubisky, because you
we
see,
played you guys,
Trubisky, the playoffs look pretty damn good. He looked pretty good. Trubisky, under pressure, dude's amazing. In the first quarter, second quarter, that's when he fucks up. He's going to play just like how he does late in the games throughout the entire game. He thinks too much early on. That's what he's got to get over.
Huh.
Hey, man,
I was gonna say Bortles last year, opening game you were at UCF, Giants Jaguars, first game of the year, he burned us for like a 50-yard run on that RPO. I remember that
nice.
game. Bortles has mobility. I will say that. He doesn't have an arm though, and he sucks, but he could run. He could run.
Yeah, I mean that was always a nice thing. I mean, and that's one thing I almost want in a backup quarterback, because I mean it'd always be nice if a guy's arm doesn't work, if they can at least bail them
Right.
out when it comes to the
Yep.
run game. I mean, that's not where we're gonna get this year with Nick Foles, but I mean that was always a huge plus with his game. But man, I'm just excited for a new NFL season, man. You get to that point where you just kind of exhaust shit to talk about, and this preseason, man, these preseasons get worse and worse every year.
Yes.
I haven't seen Nick Foles play once yet. I haven't
Trubisky
seen any
either.
stars been playing, man.
Yeah.
It's been awful.
I've seen Dak. He's looked good. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Saquon yet either. I'm waiting to see him in the regular season. Probably haven't seen Evan Ingram. So Giants been sitting out there, guys too.
Yeah, but I mean, I would sit running backs. I don't mind seeing, his running backs take such a beating in the year. But I mean, you want to see some of the starting guys. I mean, I wanted to see. I think Nick Foles is a myth right now. I don't know if he's actually on the team. I mean, I see him on, when they play the Eagles in preseason week 2. I saw him all over the Eagles social media sites, but I ain't seen him in the no Jag uniform
Big
yet.
Dick Nick.
BD,
You gotta
baby.
see if it's true or not, right?
He's a myth.
Dude, there was a picture of it was like Nick Foles has arrived in Jacksonville, and it's like you see it's like on the beach and you see footprints with like a big old line just like right in the middle of it.
What? Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is UCF Jaguar on
Yes.
the call right now. If you guys are not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him.
He's
And
awesome.
he will be on the stream this upcoming Sunday when I whoop that ass, along with the Entertainah and Sean and everybody else.
Yeah, dude, you're not gonna whoop any ass. I mean, you
The
strive
last
for
2
second
years
place.
I've owned all you guys in the draft. Every
You strive for
year.
second place.
Did you win?
You get second place.
I made it to
every
the
year, bro.
champion. Did you make
Hey.
it? Did you make it anywhere
Hey, if
close?
you ain't first or last.
Did you make it anywhere
you
close?
ain't- it don't
Did
mean
you
shit
sniff
if you
that?
didn't win.
Did you
That
sniff that
doesn't
championship
mean
game?
shit.
Did you sniff it?
Does anybody talk about the runners-up in the
No.
Super Bowl 10
No.
years ago?
No.
Nobody cares.
I own the draft.
Doesn't
I
mean
own the
shit.
regular season. I own the
Doesn't
waiver
mean
wire.
nothing.
The
You're
regular.
the Andy Reid of fantasy.
Listen, let me
You're
tell
Andy
you something.
Reid. Nobody cares
Let me
in
tell
playoffs.
you, you know, when it comes to the championship
Doesn't
game
mean
in
shit.
fantasy football, it is a very hit and miss thing in week 16. I'm going to get it done this year. Back-to-back championship games for me. I'm going to be right back there. I own you guys.
I bent you over and spanked that ass, bro.
I'm just gonna
I
sit
you.
back and relax because I know I'm gonna win this.
You
game,
were a
but
wild
I'm
card
just
team.
letting
You
smack.
got fucking lucky. It's nothing more than that.
I got lucky. I had Todd Gurley, Alvin Kamara on my team, bro. You guys let me win that shit.
You got lucky.
You got lucky there.
You got lucky.
I got lucky. Isn't that what everyone says that when you got lucky. My guy got injured.
You know what, though?
The waiver wire didn't work.
I'll say this about UCF. You know, you did great.
Hey, I drafted Leonard Fournette in the first round, man. I was destined.
And
to
we
die.
all laughed at you.
And we called that
We
for the
called
whole
it.
summer.
Yep.
We knew you were gonna do that,
Yep.
and we
Hey,
told
if
you it
he
was a
stayed
mistake.
Healthy, that would have been a good pick.
We told
Hey,
you it
man,
was a
I
mistake.
can't control his hamstring. I can't control the glutes, bro.
Now, UCF,
That's
do
all
you
I
have
have,
any
man.
advice for the Entertainah who is new to the Content Creators League?
And Bad Dog, all these other new guys and people.
My advice for Entertainah is that these guys will be very mean during the draft.
He's already crying.
They're gonna say things that you don't know if they're being serious or not.
We can be pretty brutal.
Yeah, we're very brutal.
Bring it on. Bring it. I'll let my team do the talking.
Yeah, and you're
Just
gonna
don't let me get Saquon Barkley. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, are you picking first? So, hey, when are we gonna know the draft order?
As soon as all you motherfuckers join,
Yeah.
then we could do the draft order.
Shit.
Have I joined yet?
Yeah,
Have I
you
joined
have.
Yet?
You have UCF.
I think you just joined.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Chris and everybody
I'm
else.
about to
Yeah.
say.
Pigsky and Pete joined
I'm
and
about to say,
Luca.
all it takes is a simple text message, and I got you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You're in.
Yeah, you're already
You're
in
in.
there.
All right, so as soon as we get everybody in,
We
we're
can
going to do
randomize
the
it.
draft order,
Yeah.
and we'll let you guys know exactly what it is. So that way you
Yeah.
can practice and mock draft.
Yeah, because y'all are gonna
Not
need
that
it.
it matters.
Hey,
Y'all
give
need
me-
help.
Hey, give me a list of names, and I'll come after them. I know how to find.
We're waiting on the
information
Entertainah.
Yes, this guy.
I'll sign up right after
Bad
this show.
Dog?
I'll sign
We're
up.
waiting on the Entertainah. Oh, well, there's a big elephant in the room over here, wearing the white headphones.
Pressure.
I
We got
love
Bad
pressure.
Dog. We got Lauren. We still need to hear from her.
Yes.
From She Got Sports.
Philly.
She needs to accept. Philly 500. I sent him the fucking link like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
Where you at, dingbat?
Yeah, he's not even. I haven't seen him in the chat. Who else? Adrian? Yeah, he's joined in there.
FedQ. FedQ.
Yeah.
He may have joined already.
I don't think so. I already got a notification. You can look. Double check.
Nope, he still hasn't joined.
Okay.
So far, it's just
Man,
me,
where's
Sean,
FedQ been at? I
UCF,
haven't
and
seen him in a hot
Pigskin
minute.
Yeah. And Luca.
Luca.
Ooh, defending champion. Me and Luca, the only people that have ever won the league.
That's gonna change.
Just saying.
Oh, so it's only been 2 years?
It's only been 2 years.
Chris, I was in
Alright,
those
so I'll be the
championship
third.
games, those 2 years.
That's what Josh is gonna be saying for 10
might
years
get it
from now.
again
I was
this
in those
year, but
championship
you'll lose.
games.
2018 was a rebuilding year for me.
I get that.
I had to reload the roster.
I will not be the Buffalo Bills of fantasy football.
He's definitely gonna be.
I will not be the Buffalo Bills.
He's gonna be the Buffalo Bills.
Hey man, I'll be rooting for your team to make it all the way, but then lose to maybe this year lose to who, like Philly 500.
Oh, I'll be goddamn if I lose to Philly
fuck
500.
that. I'll be pissed off if Josh loses to Philly 500. Better not lose to one of these NFC East guys. I swear to God. I swear to God.
If I'm gonna lose to anybody, I'll lose to She Got Sports. I won't.
No, fuck that.
That's it.
Why?
Everybody else, I'm gonna be even pissed off.
Why?
I'm gonna be really pissed off.
Why you can't get mad at her? You can't get mad at her because she's a girl?
I can't get mad
That's
at
fucked
Lauren.
up.
She's
Why,
fucking Lauren,
She's
man.
actually really
She's
nice.
cool as shit.
She's real nice. She's
the nicest
They're
person.
gonna
in
be
the world.
drafted. They're gonna be like UCF. That was a fucking horrible pick, right? I mean, like, oh, great pick, Lauren. That was outstanding. I love it. You're very smart. Oh, Entertainah. You fucking. Are you even trying?
You piece of shit!
Lauren's gonna be drafting Patrick Mahomes in the second round.
Oh god, like fucking Rover did last year.
Oh my God.
That kinda worked out.
No,
No,
I
drafted him and he dropped him. Rover picked him up.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, you idiot!
Yeah.
No, I drafted him. I drafted him, and I was like, oh, he plays Chargers week 1. Fuck that, and I like cut him because I usually like stream my quarterbacks. And next thing you know, well, I don't have to explain.
That's a bold move there, Cotton.
That really worked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Against
Really
him.
paid off for you there.
He was only the MVP.
Yeah.
We got a 99-cent
Yeah, I
donation
mean,
from 10 subscriber with no vids. Thank you so much, man.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, anything else you want to add, UCF, before we end this stream?
I mean, like I said, man, Bears going 6-10, or no, 5-11. Oh wait, you know what? That middle finger is one more win I'm taking away. 4-12. You guys are setting up for a really it's about draft spot, bro. Get that top 5 pick. Maybe you can hold out for for Herbert. Maybe tank for Tua.
Maybe they tank this season to get Herbert.
Hey, I just want this stream to end, and then Josh is just in a pissed off mood.
I'm already pissed
where he
off.
goes and chain smokes 10 cigarettes.
Yeah.
Probably. And then he's gonna stare at the moon, and then
I'm gonna fuck this guy. Because I know you're gonna be out there staring too.
Sounds like a half moon kind of night.
Well, UCF, we thank you so much for calling in,
Yeah,
and we'll
man.
see you this Sunday when I kick that ass.
All right,
Great
man.
call,
Go
great
Jags.
call.
Duval.
Fuck off.
God, should have ended it
Good
right.
talking to you, buddy.
All
Oh,
right.
he already left. Oh, God.
He's off.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. That's it for this week, man. We appreciate you once again for joining us here today, taking away from your precious time.
Precious.
Always love coming on here. Always love talking to you guys. Like you said, looking forward to sooner than later being in the same room with you guys doing shows like this. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun year on YouTube between my channel, your channel, and can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Cannot wait, man.
Oh, can't wait
It's
for
going to be a lot of
Cowboys,
great times.
Giants games.
Yeah, can't wait, guys. And
Yep.
yo, if you haven't subscribed to the Entertainah Talking Sports, please
Do
go do
it.
so. The description is in the
Do it.
it's in the description box
Yeah.
down below. Go ahead and do so. Go ahead and do so.
Oh.
And before we end the stream,
Yeah.
hit that like button, like I hit Sean's mom last night.
Oh, God. Babe's right there. You can't be saying that in front of her.
She knows what the situation is. I have to.
Tell you, one of these days, he's literally gonna just.
He's gonna be like, "Mom, stop it!
There's
Stop
gonna
hitting
be-
my mom like that!" And she's gonna be like, "I like it, Sean."
Josh is gonna get
Leave us.
stabbed. He's gonna get stabbed one of these days.
I hope not. I hope not. We need him on YouTube.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he'll still be here. It's just.
I'll replace Sean with a
He'll just
cutout
have a knife in his mouth.
and just go, "Yeah." About chicka wow wow.
Have it all clipped.
Like a little pull string.
little pull string.
With your little noises that you make.
Oh, God.
But all right, guys, thank
All
you
right,
so
guys.
much for tuning into the stream tonight. We had fun, and make sure you check out those season prediction videos and
Yeah.
go to the Entertainah Talking Sports. He's always posting up content. He posted some content up today.
Yeah.
Go check it out, and we'll see you guys later. Hopefully, the Chicago Bears, do better this week, preseason 3.
Or go 4-12, something like that.
Fuck off. All right, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Later.
Peace. Keep it too sweet.